Hey everybody, it's good to see you. Welcome in. Today's the day we're starting our new long play. This one's been a long time coming. Requested for quite some time. And I'm glad the day has come. Like it just It is. It's long overdue. And I have contemplated it for quite some time. But it's time to take a leap. If this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Josh and I run Intelligame. We learn about ourselves through the games we play, and today we're taking on Final Fantasy VI. Intelliplay, as I'm calling it. I forgot to update this thing. Whoops. But I hope you enjoyed Ludonarracon. What a freaking show. I absolutely love it. Well, this is a 4K image, and it's too big for its box. Oh, please. Why aren't you... Oh, it's taking a long time to make this box small enough. Oh my. Come on. Oh my goodness, why? Okay, it feels like I'm... Oh, okay, there we go. It's like we're finally making progress. I'm trying to get this giant image to fit in this small box. Here it is. Oh, okay. Man, this soundtrack really is good. I kind of like. I'm afraid to listen to it. I don't want to spoil things. But the pixel remasters are just such good compositions, you know. First off, while she's here, I want to give a big shout out. Folks, please throw some hearts in the chat for Arkills. Arkills gifted me this copy of Final Fantasy VI, which did, like, give me the chance to finally get into it. Finally pushed me over the edge. Thank you for the sound heads up, by the way. You'll just be here bopping along every track. It is really good. It is good. But yeah, please, folks, throw some hearts in the chat for Rach, who gifted the copy of the Pixel Remaster so that we could play the updated edition and get this really good soundtrack. I'm yet again going to need to buy another game soundtrack. Also, let's go ahead and do the rundown. Workware, it's good to see you. Welcome in. Thank you for kicking our chat off. Eskius, it's good to see you as well. Yes, we are going to be starting our FF6 stream. This is my first time playing the game, so there are no randomizers, no speedruns. This is just going to be a plain old 2 to 3 times as long as it's probably supposed to be stream of Final Fantasy VI. But I think we're gonna have some really fantastic discussion. I think I know that I have my feelings about the upcoming Final Fantasy 16. I don't feel like you need to make a game with all white people to be able to focus on telling a good story. But I still do think that oftentimes Final Fantasies do set bars and expectations for storytelling in role-playing games, and they certainly did back when Final Fantasy VI came out in, what, 1990... What? Let's see. Was it? For some reason, my first thought was 94, but I think 94... It was. Yeah, 1994. was Final Fantasy 6 in Japan, Final Fantasy 3 here. We got the first Final Fantasy on regular Nintendo. We missed 2 and 3. Then we got Final Fantasy 4 over here as Final Fantasy 2. And then Final Fantasy 5 we missed. So Final Fantasy 3/6 we've got here. Harath, it's good to see you. Welcome in. Teferax, thank you for that resub at 9 months, folks. Please throw some hearts in the chat if you haven't already there. And also for Rach's resub at how many? 37 months. Gracious. Super appreciate that. Let's see who else we have in here. Lucha and Lattes, great to see you as always. I hope things have been going well for you, friend. Also, Base Prefect. Yes, we are. It's been a while since we've played a Final Fantasy. I'm excited about it. I really am. And I also do want to play Final Fantasy 13 again. Oh, I might have to long play that off stream or something. It's been a while since our 13 stream. Let's see. Volume down, subs on, full hearts, can't lose. Eskius, no big deal, folks. Of course, so one of the issues with Intelligame, with our Intelliplays, is that they are long. They're quite long. And so, totally understandable if you have to kind of bounce in and out, if you are missing some pieces. The VODs will be up. I am putting them on the VOD channel. I haven't actually uploaded anything there yet, so it looks like it is placeholder, but I did come up with a nice little new fancy logo thing for the channel. So let's see. I think it's this one. YouTube.com/@Intelligame VODs. Does that work? Sweet. Okay. So, that's the channel where we will get the VODs posted. Then that way we can keep the main channel. I should update the command actually. This way we can keep the main channel a little... The algorithm apparently is very sensitive to uploading VODs. So folks recommend having a couple of different channels. One for your long VODs and one for the shorter, more edited content, more tailored content. Let's see. Let me update that YouTube command real quick. Holy heck, this soundtrack is already very moving. Let's see. There we go. Okay. I'll have lots to talk about by the time we reach mid-game, and probably we'll have time to talk about it by then too. I don't know how long we're assuming that's gonna be, but probably a while. Let's see. Cool. I'm gonna sit on my hands for at least the first half of this game. Don't want to spoil a thing. I have heard that this game has some really fantastic storytelling. There is there's a there's a twist that unfortunately I have had spoiled, and I'm not gonna say anything about it. Also, contextually, I have literally no idea when or how it happens. But I think, yeah, 100% we're on Outer Wilds protocol. So if, of course, you know, one of the things we want to be on the lookout for is what's our Final Fantasy VI emote gonna be? I don't know. So, we're gonna keep an eye out, and of course, y'all, if y'all have any ideas, feel free to put them in as we play. I'm sure some stuff's gonna stick out. We haven't had a Moogle emote before. A nice Moogle could be fun. Okay. What else do I want to say? Last week was Ludonarracon. I believe many of those demos are still live on Steam. Ludonarracon is my favorite, one of my favorites of the year. I would say probably Game Devs Color Expo and Ludonarracon are my two favorite digital events of the year. They might be my two favorite events of the year. But anyway, we spent some time last week playing some Ludonarracon content. We also checked out Desta, The Memories Between. If you haven't played that game, if you didn't check out the VOD, I would highly encourage it. That game is, I like to call it dodgeball and feelings, and it's really good. There are also a number of other demos that it looks like are still active for, well, I guess it's 9 o'clock. Some of them will deactivate at 10, I imagine, so hop into the Ludonarracon showcase, grab some demos real quick so that you can see if you can play them after. In fact, I'm gonna go through and install them right now just in case. Totally not going to binge a bunch of Ludonarracon demos. No, not me. Not me. Yep, just downloading a bunch of demos. Because the thing is, okay, so sometimes you can run the demo after the showcase is done, either by just running it directly from Steam or opening up the folder where it's actually installed and just like clicking the executable. So just, you know, I'm just looking out, that's all. Just a little guy. What Final Fantasies have you played? I remember your Final Fantasy IV play from a few years ago. So I have played a significant portion of Final Fantasy I, which is not particularly narratively rich. I have cleared Final Fantasy 4/2/4 multiple times. This will be my first time going through Final Fantasy VI. I have played Final Fantasy III, the re-release that took place on the DS. I played that a while ago. I don't remember a whole lot about it. I also played... I have played Final Fantasy VII, but not beaten it, and that goes for the remake as well. I have touched Final Fantasy VIII, and I was super turned off by Squall, and I really enjoyed Triple Triad, and that wasn't enough to get me to finish the game. So I will go back to 8 at some point. I know that there is not a remake, but a remaster. There's a remaster of 8 that I will probably spend some time with at some point. Final Fantasy 9 I've never played. Final Fantasy 10 I've also never played. But Final Fantasy 12 I watched a little bit of my neighbors play in college. Final Fantasy 13 is probably my favorite of the series, even though I have not cleared Final Fantasy 13-2 or Lightning Returns. And I am currently spending some time with Final Fantasy XIV. It is really good. I have given thought to creating Nightstream and having Nightstream just be Final Fantasy XIV, like a Intelliplay of Final Fantasy XIV, which would be the world's longest stream. But I do think that there are like plenty of discussions to be had based on the side quests in the world and that kind of thing. So I think that there would be something there. And I've played 15, but not beaten it. I guess technically there are other ones to go into too, like Dissidia, the original Final Fantasy Dissidia. I probably put over 100 hours in. It was like the reason essentially for me using my PSP. What other stuff is out there? Crystal Chronicles. I love Crystal Chronicles, and probably the next time it goes on sale, I will pick it up for the Switch. Unfortunately, the port wasn't great, but that soundtrack is just so good. Rage says, PR of 1, the pixel remaster of 1 is great, but yeah, not super narratively interesting. I think that would be fun. I kind of want to get the pixel remaster collection, just like to be able to experience them all with the new soundtrack and everything. Tefrax says, I do love 8 for all its bullshit. My favorite, one of my friends, Alex, Dirtbag Boyfriend, one of their favorites. I think their favorite Final Fantasy is Final Fantasy VIII. I think there's some really strong narrative in there that they really enjoy. Eskia says, I got all the way to the last dungeon of 8 and then just kind of forgot I was playing it. That can kind of happen. Totally can kind of happen. Eskia says 9 is wonderful and dense with subject matter for discussion. And it's so interesting because I remember looking at the case for FF9 and just being like, what is this tale? Like I was so like kind of roped into the like dark aesthetic, you know, I'm a teenager or whatever, so I'm like the dark aesthetic of Final Fantasy 7s and 8, and then 9 shows up and they're like, hey, we're standing here with the tale, and I was like, is this a joke? I don't know, but people have told me like actually there's a ton to discuss in Final Fantasy 9, so I would like to spend some time with it at some point. Tans, it's good to see you. Welcome in. Critically acclaimed MMORPG Final Fantasy XIV, which is free to play up till level 60. It includes the award-winning Heavensward expansion. Like, it's it is good. I do enjoy it. I am playing Thaumaturge, which is the class that leads up to Black Mage. I'm sorry, African American Mage. And I honestly, people are like, yo, it's too complicated. I left it. I played other jobs, whatever. And I'm like, oh no, it's hella complicated. Then this is where I live. Like, I am going to figure this out. Black Mage also is apparently one of the few classes that has no cure spell. So that's great. We've got some health regen, but otherwise I cannot cure myself or anybody else. And okay, we're gonna see. Hey Derek, it's great to see you. Welcome in. I hope things have been going well for you. It's been a minute. We should catch up. I've heard their congratulations in order, friend. Better watch your words with Final Fantasy 9. Like I said, I never played it. Oh, you also are You're also playing a Thaumaturge? Oh, okay. All right, then that's what we need to do. We need to meet up and we need to. Yep, that's what we need to do. Tefrax says, I think 6 and 10 are the ones which best hold together narratively for me. Rach also loves 14. I honestly... Would 14 streams be a good experience? Like, I don't know. I haven't played enough of it. there also is this part of me that's like, don't spread yourself too thin, Josh. But need to play 10 on my own, because every time I think about it, I realize it's got a lot more going on than I realized when I watched my brother playing it as a kid. That's what I love going back to games and recognizing, like, oh, the game hasn't changed, but I have. And that's why there are new things that I can take from this experience that I didn't have in them before. Tefrax Crystal Chronicles is incredible. It's so good. And like playing it back in the day with the Game Boy Advance link cable, so you've got all your buddies with Game Boy Advances and dumb proprietary, well, I mean, it's not dumb proprietary. At that time, there was like no, USB was not that widespread, but like, oh gosh, that was a blast. Bring the blackness to black mages. I'm about it. I play on Excalibur, but I'm still relatively early, and I have no idea where other people play, so we'll have to figure out a thing. GBA link cable was mid-2000s alchemy, 1,000,000%. Oh my gosh, I remember plugging that thing into the GameCube and just being like, oh. Also, plugging a controller into the GameCube is one of the most satisfying tactile sounds gaming has ever offered. And in fact, actually, now that I think about it, because, you know, the Switch has the Switch click when you put the Switch controller in. I feel like, as I think about it, the 64 didn't have it. But wasn't there a little, like, snap, like a little click that would happen when you plug the Super Nintendo controller in? But I don't know what it is about plugging a GameCube controller into the GameCube. It's just the most satisfying sound. And I wonder if they channeled some of that when they were like, the Switch. Because it doesn't matter how many times I put a Switch controller onto my, like a Joy-Con onto the Switch, that click is satisfying every time. You're on Crystal. Why do I feel like I rolled a character on Coral? On Crystal. I think I have a character on Crystal. I'll have to check. I don't know about a Snap, but SNES controllers were definitely a good snug fit. Yeah, they definitely were that, if nothing else. Gracious. Yeah, honestly, it's if it wasn't gonna take us 9 years, I would be like, we should just do a Final Fantasy run, like, and just go from FF1 all the way to what would be 16 by the time we were done. And honestly, actually, Stranger of Paradise was a lot of fun. Stranger of Paradise, the like action adventure kind of Neo-ish. That was actually pretty neat. Literally considered doing a 1 through 10 marathon for myself at some point, especially with the pixel remasters out now, where we have, you know, we have these new versions of the games with these updated soundtracks, like the can they make new Final Fantasy games faster than Josh can stream them challenge. By the time we were done with Final Fantasy 16, Final Fantasy 17 would be out. It would be. I think for 7, I would sub in Final Fantasy 7 remake. I think the 7 remake has not only a soundtrack that literally made me cry, but it also adds such richness to the storytelling and the just adds complexity to the situations that take place in Final Fantasy VII. It's really wonderful. I think between pixel remasters and PC ports, I can get them all on Steam. I think that's true. Is Final Fantasy 11 on PC, which also was an MMO, so no, if you count 11 is the only one that you wouldn't be able to get on Steam. Wait, no, isn't it on PC? Hold on, does it just have its own launcher? Yeah. Yeah, it's just not on Steam. But it's still running. There's a part of me that genuinely wonders, like, and I don't mean this as like as a like shit talking or whatever. Like, what encourages somebody to play Final Fantasy XI when Final Fantasy XIV is out? Like, I don't. I wonder, like, is the storytelling, is there a like concrete story to take away from Final Fantasy XI? It is frustrating that it also still has a flippin' monthly fee, but I guess, you know, folks gotta get paid. But like, they've still got updates and stuff. What is the Voracious Resurgence? Yeah, recent update, part 11. Anyway, I'm not gonna get that distracted. Yep, it was on PS2. Nostalgia and gameplay. The system for 11 is very, very different. Okay. A paladin of Aldo Leopold, best Final Fantasy. Are you talking about 11 or 6? We are gonna hop into 6 in just a second. I think now that oh, 6, yes. Okay. Yeah, I think we're now that all of my background downloads have finished.
Today's bug fact. The order of insects that includes wasps, bees, and ants is called Hymenoptera. That means membrane wing. It refers to little hooks that connect the front and back wings so they work as a single membrane, which then unhook to collapse the wings when...
Oh! It said we only get half a bug fact. Whoa! Bugs, it's good to see you. Welcome in, and thank you for that resub. Folks, please throw some hearts in the chat for that resub. But yes, they're agile flyers. There are at least 150,000 described species currently living and at least 350,000 still undescribed. Holy heck. It's so many. Gosh, I'd play 11 if it had a free model. I recently started up Star Wars The Old Republic and Galaxy's Legends. I didn't know that Galaxy's still had a way to play it. But I will say the time that I've spent with Old Republic has actually been pretty fun. I don't think I would hate going back to tour. Oh, it's a fan supported server. I need to figure out more about how to make my deck the game system it could be. Okay, team, it's time. It's been a long time coming, but the time is finally here. We're gonna start Final Fantasy VI Pixel Remaster one more time, folks. Throw some hearts in the chat for our kills. Fantastic Rach gifting us Final Fantasy VI, one of the biggest advocates of me playing this game. It's gonna be good. I can feel it. I know it in my soul. The one thing that I wish that they would bring over from the Switch remaster, because apparently when they did the remaster collection on Switch, oh, Rach, that's so kind of you. Thank you for gifting those 5 subs. You're gifting those subs to Draxite, Pharaohman, CJ Sin 6, Artificer Ind, and Noroisa. All right, hold on a second. We're gonna watch this opening. If I'm betting that the opening cutscene that they were auto playing is the same opening cutscene that we'll see when we start the game. If it's not, let me know and I will go back to it. Oh no, don't cover the screen. What have I done? It's okay, we haven't started yet. I'm gonna go through and make sure all of this stuff is set correctly. I will say the one thing that I did hear about for the remaster that they did on the Switch is that they added a new font that doesn't just look like they used Arial, and that's pretty wonderful. Get this mouse off the screen. Oh, maybe this is different. Oh, we are close to a hype train, aren't we? Thank you so much for that, for those gifts. I have an Enna JPEG on the screen. Oh, from when Enna and I streamed together before. Enna is just... Enna, you're here with me in spirit. That's what I get for having the chat covering that up. Just a second. We're using... I want this one. And... All right. I think it's time. I really do hope that they bring some of those things over from the Switch version into the PC stuff, but if they don't, that's okay. Return to title screen, yes. Language settings, yep. It's English. Keyboard settings, don't care. Gamepad settings, confirm, back, open, close menu, gamepad controls. Yeah, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Okay, friends. This is it. This is the beginning of Final Fantasy VI. Why do I feel slightly intimidated? I don't know. All right, let's go ahead. Let's get this wagon train a moving, as Woody would say. The ancient war of the Magi, when its flames at last receded, only the charred husk of a world remained. Even the power of magic was lost. In the 1,000 years that followed, iron, gunpowder, and steam engines took the place of magic, and life slowly returned to the barren land. Give me a sound levels check as we get started, by the way, folks. Yet there now stands one who would reawaken the magic of ages past, and use its dread power as a means by which to conquer all the world. Hey, Frodo's daddy, it's good to see you. I didn't say that, that's fair. Could anyone truly be foolish enough to repeat that mistake? There's the city. Hard to believe an Esper's been found frozen there 1,000 years after the War of the Magi. Bah, probably just another wild goose chase. There we go, Biggs and Wedge, present in every Final Fantasy. They wouldn't let her. They wouldn't have let us use her unless they were confident in something. I missed it. Ah, yes, our witch. I hear she fried 50 of our Magitech armored soldiers in 3 minutes. Kinda makes your skin crawl, don't it? Relax. With that thing on her head, she's a mindless puppet. Girl won't even breathe unless we tell her to. Yeah, Wedge, will approach from the east. Move out. Wait, Wedge and... Did I say Bedge and Wigs? Did I get that backwards? Either way, yes, classic Star Wars references. Oh, Vix was the original mistranslation? Really? Wild. Glorious Mode 7, right? Yep. This was, this style of graphics was freaking mind-blowing back in the Super Nintendo era. I still remember playing, what was it, Stunt Car FX or something? Yep. There's supposed to be credits here, and they never fixed it in Pixel Remaster. I was wondering, I was like, I feel like this is a long time to just have Nex walking. I thought there was supposed to be something here. That's so strange. Why would they not? I wonder if they didn't include the credits because there's like somebody they didn't want to credit or something, or if there was some sort of complication. I don't know. I'm slightly concerned. Somebody in chat read the credits. I'm slightly concerned about remastering in general. Like the Battle Network remaster has a real serious bug in the first Mega Man Battle Network, where when you try to re-enter one of the zones after you've beat it, and it's one of the like last zones before you reach endgame content, so it's kind of good for grinding resources, the game just crashes. I think this might genuinely be my only complaint about Pixel Remaster is that intro. Let's see. Apparently, Biggs and Wedge were there mostly because Ted Woolsey did the original translation, and he charitably did a lot of assumptions under a very tight timeline with minimal communication, and made a bunch of references because he could. If only one could have so much power. The girl takes point. And don't waste time on the riffraff. Remember what we're here for. Let's move! Okay. Thank you for giving me some controls breakdown. Jesper's gotta be here. Let's keep looking. Got other reservations, but, oh, shoot. Okay, there is... It looks like the text advances when you press on the control pad. And I think I'm accidentally advancing through some text. Wow. That's a lot of abilities. Ted Woolsey gets a lot of heat, but he's good. Character constraints for FF6 were real tight, and his writing in Chrono Trigger is chef's kiss. That's something I've actually thought about a lot, are the ways that just increased pixel density has resulted in stronger storytelling in games. Like, if you could only get 40 characters, 30, 40 characters on a block, there's only so much storytelling that you can really do effectively, because you don't want your player sitting there tapping A for 9 hours to be able to get through through a single scene. That victory song is so good. The Empire's got no business here. Oh, the pupper. I apologize, pupper. Does the dog die? I guess it does. You may not pet the dog. At least they don't give us any experience for it. They do not reward us for such a decision. I appreciate that. Stop them for Nosh. Nosh. I'm gonna go to Nosh. It's fine.
Charge complete.
This is bad news. This soundtrack is really good. Oh no. Oh. Those guards sure hesitated, but I can't blame them. Alright, thanks for hanging out, Base. It was good to see you. I hope the rest of your day goes well, and talk to you soon. Good. They do not give us XP for banishing the doggos. Nor should they. Also, you don't look like you're wearing enough armor. I mean, I know her name is Tara, but like, yeah, it's icy out here, and you're out here in short sleeves. Like, why? Got him trapped now. Surrounded. All right, so let's see. What is the? I'm trying to figure out what the like fast forward icon is. Skip turn, start stop auto battle. Oh, it just means that auto battle's on. Okay. Hey Aeroax, it's good to see you. Semi-lurking and working on game stuff. I hope the game stuff's going well. Whoa. Yeah, that banisher really does just send him home, doesn't it? Nice to catch a stream as I'm usually at work right about now these days. On the plus side, I actually... Yo, congratulations! I hope it's one you've been looking forward to or excited about. Hey, Smolecule, welcome in. Catching us right at the beginning here. I can't sing the track every time the track shows up. It will be a problem. You know, one of the things that I realized as I was playing the original Battle Network, okay, so it is a good job, sweet. I figured this out, a system for propagating event chains and triggers with safeguards against infinite looping. Oh, that does actually that sounds very useful. Very cool. Jobs cashier, so nothing glamorous, but the people are super nice, and having a team makes 90% of a job's tolerability 100%. 100%. Like, working with the right people can make so many situations so much better. So I'm glad that you're able to find something and that you're enjoying it so far. Let's see. According to our source, some miners unearthed the frozen Esper in a new shaft they were digging. This must be it. Okay. Strange light fills the air. Do you want to learn about save points? Nope. I'm pretty sure I understand how they work. There we go. Alright. We're probably going to have to heal up Tara at some point, but... Where rats? I told myself I can't do this every time. It's just it's so catchy. I can't help myself. Healing force. Wow, or like heal myself for 440 HP. I have a max health of 77. But it is interesting, right, that we're starting off with Biggs and Wedge, who are having the three of us with this Magitech armor roll into this town to take resources, and like the folks are coming in to fight back and are just getting wrecked because the technology that these folks have far surpasses anything that they have in the town. And so it's really interesting because there is a not handing over the Esper. Ymir, get them. Hold it. This thing's they must have trained it to guard the mines. What are you talking about? You know what this is? Oh no. That guitar is so good. I'm turning it up in my headphones. That's real good. And the strings, yep, all right, great. I'm gonna buy this one. Great. Wonderful. Yes, top tier snail music. Oh my gosh. It's so good. This is a music stream now. Yep, we just sit here. Warm up now is just gonna be 15 minutes of this theme. Next time you see a snail, just hear the shredding. I just want to see YouTube videos of like watching a snail move to this with like dramatic zoom in effects. Oh my god, it's so good. And there are, exactly, Frodo's daddy, like there are some serious parallels between this and the beginning of Final Fantasy IV. Though I will say the main difference that I would call out is that in Final Fantasy IV, Cecil and the Red Wings show up and they just wreck everybody, and those mages don't fight back. Them not fighting back is Cecil's essentially cue of like, wait a second, we're taking these crystals from innocent people. And that starts his process of trying to find an opportunity for redemption. In this case, we have people who are fighting back but have no chance against the invading forces. They're fighting back, but they still have no chance against the invading forces. And B, we also have like Terra, who in this point is like has this whatever crown or whatever that is stuck in this sort of zombie slave mode that is also assisting this process. So in both cases, we have protagonists who are not mentally present, but in different manners. So it'll be interesting, I think, especially knowing that there are players who would come from Final Fantasy IV and have this be their introductory experience to Final Fantasy VI. What are the ways that we're going to start seeing some like contrasts in the experiences? This is going to be really cool. You ever heard of a lightning whelk? It's a monster that absorbs lightning and stores the energy in its shell. Right. So whatever you do, don't attack the shell. Got it. It's also interesting. This is the first time that we get hey, how do Final Fantasy boss battles work? And so we have what is it? I think the Mist Dragon in, there's like the, whatever. I'm attacking the shell anyway. Megavolt. Oh, wow. Okay. They really wanted me to pay attention. All right. That's fair. Oh. Well, we're just going to hang out for a second. It's fine. I know how this works. Brock. Welcome back. There we go. But yeah, this is one of the first times that we well in Final Fantasy IV, when you go and fight the spirit, the Mist Dragon. That's it, the Mist Dragon. It does give you those text cues of like, hey, it looks like it's, don't hit it. But it's interesting to get it like this early and this explicitly, right? Where it's not part of the battle sequence. They're like, make you figure it out. So puts away the electric accordion. Rock. All right, this is probably a good time to heal up. Let's use our healing force. This is... I hate how good this battle theme is. Like, I am a huge... I'm a huge Final Fantasy IV fan. Like, it's my... either my favorite or second favorite Final Fantasy. I absolutely adore 10. Or, I'm sorry, 13. But, oh, there we go. But so many people have told me, they're like, no, the soundtrack for Final Fantasy VI is amazing. And I think I understand. We got no experience for that? None? Nothing? Alright. Alright, so I guess we're still searching for the Esper, whatever that is, and just destroyed one of the guards. So, is this the frozen Esper? This thing's giving me the creeps. Something's not right. The frozen creature begins emitting an eerie light. Where's that light coming from? What was that? Wedge? Wedge, where are you? Hey, what's going on? Wow, the Esper just like... that Esper just deleted them. It's just like, sorry, you've been banished to the Shadow Realm. Bug says, I don't think any photosynthetic snails actually exist to absorb through their shells because the shells are calcium carbonate, but there is a snail without a shell that's photosynthetic by stealing stuff from algae. Huh. Lots of these monsters are based on real critters. That's really cool. Wait. Okay, wait. Terra was piloting the Magitech armor in a bikini and heels? Is that all right? In the cold? Okay. Remember, folks, it was 1994. Women were just so much more resistant to cold in the 90s. I'm sorry. It's just I know it's an old trope. It's a talked through trope again and again, but it's just so good. Sounds hot. Opposite, actually. Where am I? My, and I only just removed the crown. My head hurts. Easy there. This is a slave crown. The others were using it to control you. It was robbing you of your thoughts, making it so you do whatever they told you. I can't remember a thing. Don't worry, it'll all come back to you. In time, that is. A mysterious young woman, born with the gift of magic and enslaved by the Gestalian Empire. Select a name for the character, 6 full width or 12 half width characters. I think we're gonna stick with base names for this one. Yeah, we're gonna stick with base names. Though back in the day when I would play these, of course I would name, like when I'd play Final Fantasy IV, I renamed Cecil Josh, and then of course Rosa got renamed to the girl that I had a crush on, and like, yeah. Oh, gracious. Yeah, that's right. You don't even get her name until now, right? Like, and I can understand them putting a certain amount of mystery, and they're actually, I think you could actually use a little bit of context, right? That like Biggs and Wedge do not care at all who Terra is, right? Like, in technically, there's no reason for them to even know Terra's name, because they say she won't even breathe unless the slave crown instructs her to. So it's not like they would ask her name, right? So I guess there is a sense in which it makes sense for us to not know her name, but like, I don't think that I would have put that together until thinking about it just now, that if Terra has the chance to introduce herself, maybe that is when we get it. But yeah, she wouldn't have even had the opportunity to speak her own name, I guess, unless they told her to. Yeah, has become more impactful and affecting as I've gotten older too. I can only imagine. And I think that there are going to be a number of places in the discussion of this that are going to deal with like gender, not just in terms of ways that things are put together in the game, but also ways that in the narrative of the game itself. But I imagine it will also come up when we talk about the game's design or writing, especially with this being, I believe, Final Fantasy's first woman protagonist. I don't think Final Fantasy V did. And like, technically, I suppose you could have rolled a woman character for other ones, but
perks of having a job greater than laughing face.
Earwax, thank you so much for that resub. Welcome back and congrats on the job. Folks, please throw some hearts in the chat for that resub. 18 months. But yeah, Reach, I think that makes a bunch of sense. Oh yeah, we could have named Terra Mac and Cheese. We could have brought that back, right? Hey, Range World, it's good to see you. Welcome in. I like that in the Final Fantasy IV DS remake, you can't rename the characters because the names are used in cutscenes, and possibly it wasn't a popular feature. So when you meet the Naming Way character who shows up in every town, he has an existential crisis and spends the rest of the game trying to find a new calling in life. Is that how they explained it? I never even thought about that. I remember, like, I think we played through the 4 remake, and I remember seeing Naming Way, and he becomes a bunch of different things like Cheating Way or whatever, because there's some stuff in there that he does that's not great. But yeah, I think that is in oh, okay, so maybe it's After Years where you can't rename the characters. I'm not sure. I'm now very curious. But I know that like Naming Way does get a bunch of different names in 4, because I haven't played After Years. And Terranot, welcome in. I'd forgotten how much impact Terra's theme could make me feel. One of the strongest motifs throughout the game. Yeah, Nobuo Uematsu's really master, a 1,000,000%. It's such a good theme. And honestly, it's my favorite part of the Pixel remasters. Like, I cried when I first heard like Cecil's theme in Final Fantasy IV. It's just something about hearing a song that is an old favorite treated really lovingly. That's why, like, literally the second that when Final Fantasy VII Remake starts and you hear the opening notes and you just see the Buster Sword like in the rock, and I'm not even a big Final Fantasy VII fan, and I just, boom, tears. Impressive. I've never heard anyone recovering so fast. You must be made of tougher stuff than most. Open up! We're here for the Magitech armor pilot. Open this door right now! Hand over that girl! She's an agent of the Empire! It's really interesting that they decided to call them Biggs and Wedge, even though they're agents of the Empire, but whatever. Empire? Magitech armor? There's no time to explain. You need to get out of here. These fools aren't going to listen to reason. This way, quickly. Encountered the frozen Esper and awakened elsewhere. We got our first achievement. Make your way out of town through the mines. I'll try to buy you some time. So I guess we up there. That news is probably bad. It's interesting that this starts off this way, right? We have talked about in our playthrough of Final Fantasy IV how basically the entirety of Final Fantasy IV is possible due to the kindness of strangers. Cecil's ability to, sorry, spoilers, Cecil's ability to essentially take on this quest of renouncing his status as a Dark Knight only shows up because there are people who are willing to give him a chance. They're willing to honestly give him support that he doesn't necessarily like. They're willing to give him support that many would say he doesn't deserve, but is support that he needs to be able to grow and to change into the hero that he is able to become. And we're starting off with that right off the bat here, right? The old man, who we have no idea who he is or how he found us or anything like that. The old man is able to recognize that Terra has been enslaved by the slave crown and is trying to give her an opportunity to come to, right? It's like, we don't know who she is or anything. But the troops that show up at the door are like, look, we don't care. And frankly, it's hard to imagine that they would, right? Now, the old man calls them fools, but realistically, like, she, as far as most anybody is going to be able to tell, she, along with two other people, stormed into the town with Magitech armor, tore up a bunch of their guards, and who knows? I guess technically we don't know what happened with the frozen Esper that they were guarding, but it would be no surprise that these folks would be out here asking for blood. Now, one would hope that, you know, they would be able to say, like, hey, wait a second, this is the slave crown, blah, 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 give her a chance. But I imagine in the heat of the moment, just, you know, who knows, maybe hours after this is all taken place, I imagine there are a lot of folks in town who aren't going to really care what circumstance she was under, because they have loved ones that died in that conflict, right? Like, yeah, a couple of folks got banished to the Shadow Realm, but like otherwise, there's a lot of missing guards and dogs in this town right now. And it's gonna be a little rough. But again, I just am thinking a lot about the parallels between Final Fantasy IV and Final Fantasy VI, because as an American player, there is no Final Fantasy V when this game releases. There's no Final Fantasy V for them to, for a player to like have as a transition between these spaces. And so I think it's really important to recognize that the setup that is being used, like scroll up hopefully enough to find it. Yeah, Frodo's daddy. Like Frodo's daddy pointed out, there are a lot of parallels between the beginnings of Final Fantasy IV and the beginning of Final Fantasy VI, and I think that design is intentional. Because if we can essentially speedrun our way through some of the themes and ideas in Final Fantasy IV, then 6 gets an opportunity to expand on some of those themes and to go into some new directions, while also relying on a certain amount of like, oh, okay, we've had some of this talk before. And if somebody, for instance, hadn't played Final Fantasy IV, they don't need to know that information to be able to walk into this, but there are some things where you get to be like, oh, this is like this, and it, you know, wraps you deeper into the franchise. Okay, I have to go now, and please believe I'm heartbroken. I am so sorry, Rach. I'm gonna have to bring back Night Stream, something like that. But it's great to see you in here, folks. Please throw those mod swords in the chat for a mod heading out. And thank you for setting us up with the ability to play the game.
My sweet little magic user, with this slave crown, you'll be all mine.
Oh, wow.
Good. Burn them all to a crisp.
Oh, I thought they were going to let us name the adversary. I was like, dang.
Soldiers of the Empire, we stand at the dawn of a new age. The lost power of magic has returned to us. We have been chosen. The time has come for us to claim our rightful dominion over the world. Nothing shall stand in our way.
Hurrah! Long live Emperor Gestal! It is... So I'm wondering, does magic return to them through Terra? We'll have to see.
Took you long enough. Busy with all the robbing and plundering, I presume?
What? A treasure hunter and trail-worn traveler, searching the world over for relics of the past. Okay, lock. I prefer the term treasure hunting.
Ha! Semantic nonsense.
There's a huge difference. Anyway, is there something you need me to do?
There is indeed. I met the girl.
Girl? You don't mean...
The city guard is pursuing her as we speak. This city has the strength to stand up to the Empire, but it won't use it. The people are just too stubbornly independent to join an underground resistance group like the Returners.
Oh, interesting. Nothing says we might be the bad guys like proclaiming our conquests from atop a brutalist ziggurat. And sometimes it feels like you should... I feel like when... Like if a character laughs and laughs maniacally, they should stop and like a person. If they're like, oh, and then we're gonna do this. And you're like, wait. Oh, did I just do that? Folks, I just realized we're the bad guys. I didn't know. I'm gonna go get therapy. Our quest is over. Like that's the way that should play out. Never does. Okay, the people are just too stubbornly independent to join an underground resistance group like the Returners. Which, like, let's let this play out. But again, you know, this is already speaking then to ideas of like needs for solidarity. I tried to explain that the Empire was controlling the girl, but they wouldn't even listen. All right. So you want me to get her out of Narshe? Narsh. I think it's Narsh. Like, well, but the E, maybe the E is silent. It's like a marsh, but whatever. That would be the idea. Make your way to Figaro for the time being. There's a running joke in one of the more recent Muppet movies that the bad guy would literally just say maniacal laugh when he would do something bad guy-ish. Okay, those guards are coming down here to try and retrieve Terra. Even though it's spelled Narche, it's pronounced throat warbler mangrove. Right. Little known fact. Oh, that's a lot of not friendlies. Oh, good luck. We're on the same page. Goodbye. Moogles, are you saying you want to help? I'll take it. Goodbye.
Josh DAAAAYYY.
Voice got confused. Dirtbag Boyfriend, thank you for that resub at 37 months. Please, folks, throw some hearts in the chat. I'm glad you made it back up to Seattle safely. How are you doing, Alex? Use us to protect Terra from the guards. Would you like an explanation? Yeah. You'll fight using 3 different parties. Press the L button to switch between them. Defeat the leader of the guards before his troops reach Terra, or the battle's lost. Wait, are we getting... Oh. So is it like a... Oh, okay, no, we just... Oh, we can. Okay, so we can like position them as guards. Are they moving? Or do we just go and encounter... Yeah, they are. Okay. Is this... This feels like a... So we got like an early experience of tower defense? Is that what this is? It's a good thing those Moogles showed up when they did. Alright, there we go. Not the units I was expecting from the sprite. Yeah, I didn't actually expect Locke to be part of the party at all. That snowstorm is intense. These Moogle names, Mog, Molulu, Mogan, and Mogwell. Mog learned Twilight Requiem. There you go. Eskias says, this is a pretty big early departure from previous Final Fantasy games. In FF4, for example, Cecil is never not in your party, but right after you start the game with Terra, she goes unconscious, and now you're fighting with Locke and Moogles instead. That's a really good call out, that like, we do have, and that's going to feel pretty significant, where I think pretty much any other RPG one might have played at that point. Yeah, you're used to like, oh, and here's our protagonist, and all this stuff involves that one character. So this would feel really cool to have like multiple parties to bring around. Oh no, we don't want to regret having this party continue on too much, so we're gonna bring this party out. And bring this one up. What would be your Moogle name? What would your Moogle names be, folks? I guess it would be Mug Mug? Mogwin, Mugmug, and Cosmog. Maybe... But it has to start with Mog. Oh, no, it doesn't, because Cosmog, so maybe Intellimog? Mog and Cheese? Magu? I always thought it was a cute name from Breath of Fire. I've never played Breath of Fire. I've heard they're really good, though. There we go. Get him. Get him, Cosmog. What would your Moogle names be, folks? Alright, which party do we send in? 89, 38, 40, and 91. 70. Can I heal? Yeah, okay. There we go. Abilities. Twilight Requiem. Calls upon the power of darkness to attack enemies. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Okay, let's go ahead and use a couple potions. Get our team up and running. I guess he's here to stay and not at the end of stream. Hey, it's good to see you, Uncle of Pearl. Carrying food, on the other hand, that does sound delicious, though. Food sounds great. I am trying to be a little bit... Wait. Calls upon... Wait, Mog is going to... Like, is Mog going to turn into... Oh. Oh. The Moogles look so like light and happy and friendly, and then one of them just opens up a hole in the earth and says, "You're done." Like... I feel like Locke would just be like looking at a distance and be like, "Moogles, you want to help? Ah, super cool." And just sees this like the Moogle dances, and then like the world turns red and black around it, and its eyes flame red as a sinkhole to hell opens beneath this boss. And as it closes, the Moogle just dances again. Goodbye. Like, the ritual is complete. Goodbye. Oh my god. That move was the inspiration for Cult of the Lamb. That was somebody, they were like, what if we had a whole game of that? That is Cult of the Lamb. Oh my god. Hey, we didn't lose anybody either. No KOs. Cute but deadly, just like Ewoks they are. Thanks, Moogles. We're in your debt. Yeah, be very kind to the Moogles, because they will fuck you up. Okay, so Locke is really on the move here. This switch oughta... It's a very fancy garage door. Hey, you back with us now? You saved me. Save your thanks for the Moogles. I can't remember a thing. It's like my mind is trapped in a fog. You lost your memory?
man said it would come back eventually.
So, you've got amnesia? I do believe that's what she just said, yes?
Don't worry. I won't leave your side till your memory returns.
What?
I'm not gonna up and abandon somebody just because they lost their memory. I'll keep you safe. I promise.
Blink, 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 blink. I don't think I've really seen, like, I don't think I've seen that kind of attention paid to an interaction. Like, especially, again, this early on. Terra's like, what are you doing? Are you... What? Locke's like, don't worry, like, I'll take care of you. You're fine. You just lost your memory. And I think Terra is still just, it's half what the hell's going on, half what are you doing?
This is a school for the beginning adventurer. Despite all of our recent advances in technology, the outside world remains full of monsters we know little about. Here, we provide advice to travelers brave enough to face its many dangers.
Hey, new job. It's good to see you.
Yeah, why is everybody in short sleeves here?
Why are we all in short sleeves here? This makes no sense. Matt Calder, thank you for that raid. Folks, throw some hearts in the chat to welcome in our new viewers. If this is your first time here, welcome. My name's Josh. We are just kicking off Final Fantasy VI. A big shout out to Matt Calder. Bringing in the Bulbul Swarm. Welcome in, Iron Trout. I hope the day was good today. My shoulder's all messed up. What were you folks playing? If you're not following Matt, you are missing out. I don't know if you folks were doing more Ludonarracon stuff or if you were checking something else out, but I hope it was good today. Oh, already over time. All right, yeah, please go grab some food. We'll see you when you get back. Adventuring school. This is water from a recovery spring. Okay, so I think this is going to be a lot of the basics of like how to JRPG circa 1994, much of which we'll probably already know, but let's still go around and figure some of this stuff out anyway. Everyone knows tough folks' arms don't get cold, right? Oh, then I am weak because my arms are cold right now. Field science.
This is a save point.
You can use tents and sleeping bags and save the game. It's true. Button you press to me is confirm. Okay, so here we're getting like these super basic instructions. Selecting armor or weapons in a shop, symbols will indicate, let's see, that's increase, decrease. Symbol means that person's in your party. Let me teach you how to ride a chocobo. Press the confirm or up to move forward. Change course by pressing left or right. Press the L button to change the view. Wait a second, is chocobo riding in mode 7? Oh, I am now wondering what the overworld is like.
Be careful, sometimes monsters lurk inside a treasure chest.
Not this one, though.
It is! Monster in a box!
Oh, hell. Okay. At least it's not like a full-on it's not a full-on like mimic chest. Why did they put a doggo in the chest? It's rude. Needs more bikinis, even for the Mogsters, right? Everybody gets the bikinis. I always say that if there's boob jiggle physics, I want everything jiggle physics. Oh, gracious. If there was that much jiggle, like, that would be drastically uncomfortable. Which I guess, now that I think about it, is probably the point. Well, yep, that's the one thing we learned from the Intelligame stream today. Relics can grant you a variety of abilities. Sprint shoes double your walking speed. Gauntlet lets you hold a weapon with both hands. Knight's Code makes you shield others in combat. Dragoon boots allow you to perform jump attacks. Oh, so there were relics. There were no relics in FF4, so that is new. Valuables are sometimes hidden in pots. Get some ether. Feels weird, huh? How strange, right? What is this empathy you speak of, Box? If you set the battle mode to wait in the config menu, you can... I always appreciate that they give you the opportunity to turn active battle off, but I never want to. I never want to. Damage is more severe when enemies have you surrounded, especially if you have your back to the attacker. Damage received in the back row is halved. Yep. Flee from most battles. When the gauge is full, you can use a command action when selecting the spell. Oh, that's right. You can target all with your magic, like in Final Fantasy IV. Defend halves the damage received. Status effects are represented by different colors. Blue is reflect. Yellow is protect. Green is shell. Red is haste. White is slow. Pink is stop. Cool. Monster in a box? Oh, okay, sleeping bag. It's monster in a box. Monster in a box, babe. Yeah, no matter your gender or species, everyone should have the right to dress super vulgar and scantily clad in video games. Yes, we were playing it backwards is what we were doing. You might find this room more useful after you've gained some experience out in the world. A lot of the things you'll hear in here might not make much sense until you got your feet wet. We're already decently versed, so let's see if this will make some sense anyway. Don't you judge me. Don't you judge me, Alex. Reflect doesn't block spells that have already been reflected once. Cast Reflect on an ally, then cast attack spells on that same person to bounce them at an enemy. Oh, for sure. Bushido techniques can be unleashed only after the required power for the skill is built up. Okay. Image creates illusionary images of a character. Fire, ice, and lightning are 3 principal elements. Excuse me. Oh, you were wrong way, thank you. Reflect remains active for only a short time and won't reflect certain lore magic. Runic absorbs magic and turns it into MP. Runic remains active until a spell is absorbed or another command is given. Trance. Dance and Rage. Okay, I'm imagining actually as I go through these things that they'll give us tutorials in the moment to figure out how to use those commands. So I want WoW female night elf bikini armor for my male presenting Minotaur warrior. Yo, I'm just saying, if you got it, they say.
Is that... Hey!
All right. Well, I guess we're leaving.
It's not safe here.
We better hightail it south to Figaro. What was the game? Juice Galaxy? I've never heard of it. Alright, so we're heading south to Figaro. This is the most I've ever played of this game. I think I saw Locke before. Oh, look at this little bunny. Lettuce is delicious. Bum, ba-da-dum. Alright, this looks like it's going to be a little rougher. Okay, we've got Cure and Fire. We shouldn't really need either of them. Is this battle system fast, or were they just all ready? There we go. I saw Terra before. I played a tad a bit too. Yeah, I did not get very far, and I'm not sure why. But I'm glad we'll be checking it out now. It's also interesting. Stole potion. Good. I don't know why bunnies are walking around with potions, but I'll take it. It's interesting that the map is also fully decked out already. We can see all the dots that represent different, I guess, locations on the map. This is also technically another small, I guess another small parallel to Final Fantasy IV, right? Is that we start off in a wooded area when Kane and Cecil go to the Village Mist, and then they journey to a Sand Kingdom, Damsine, where they meet the Spoony Bard to try and, but I guess no, that's actually later on, because at that point Rydia needs the Sandlion's Ruby to cure the fever. Yes, the bunny, you know, it's just bringing its own food with it. It's fine. Alright, I guess we're supposed to head to Figaro. Let's go ahead and do it.
Halt! Oh, it's you. Proceed. Go and speak to the king.
Okay. Hey, Organism, long time. I hope you've been doing well. Welcome in.
You mean this young woman is... Who are you? Oh, my apologies. How rude of me to turn my back to a lady on our very first meeting.
The young king of Figaro Castle, imperial ally, and champion of the technological revolution. Edgar. Alright. Love this game. I'm stoked you're playing it. I'm glad to hear it. I am excited to spend some time with this one. Oh, Edgar, never. I guess I am holding a pan of rice and chicken stroganoff. That sounds delicious. I'm so hungry.
I am Edgar, the king of Figaro.
Surprised that someone like me knows a king? Yeah. Well, I'll catch you two later.
So, you're an Imperial soldier, right? Don't worry, Figaro and the Empire are allies.
It's interesting that we also have like Imperial, the Empire and Imperials like in Star Wars.
Feel free to rest here for as long as you'd like. It's not in my blood to harm a lady. Why are you being so kind to me? Is it because of my abilities? I'll give you 3 reasons. First of all, your beauty has captivated me. Second, I'm dying to know if I'm your type. I guess your abilities would rank a distant third.
Well, I'd say that in that context, abilities sounds analogous to tracts of land, or whatever. Iron Trout says, I'd pay good money for direct still, 18 or 16-bit. Just go back and add in voice acting for the choice remakes. Oh, it would be nice for somebody to do direction for 8 or 16-bit remakes with voice acting. Yeah, that would be fantastic. What's the matter? Like, I would love for there to be voice acting mods where you could like have somebody record voiceovers for these games and then be able to mod it so that it's added in. Oh, that would be so good.
Guess my technique's getting a little bit rusty.
I suppose some girls would have felt something from those words. I don't know which ones they are, but
not me.
Hey, Israx, it's good to see you. Welcome in. How are you doing today?
Feel free to wander about the castle.
Feel free to wander about the castle. Oh, good. There is a run button. Sweet.
I am Queen Terra.
Makes me wonder if there was ever a full-fledged movie made with pixel art. I don't think so, but I think you could. I don't know. Somebody's probably done it.
I heard the Gestalian Empire got its hands on something called magic. Now that Gestal has the power of Magitech at his command, he's set his sights on world domination.
So again, we've got some parallels to Final Fantasy IV. We've got an evil empire with a technology that nobody else has access to, giving them the opportunity to kind of run roughshod over other folks. In Final Fantasy IV, it's the power of the crystals. In this case, it's the power of magic. But we do know that Terra is a magic user, so this may be an opportunity to help fight back. Although I guess if we're technically in an Imperial castle right now, I doubt there are too many. Well, I doubt there are too many folks who are interested in resistance. Temperature's getting higher and higher is worrying me, but I'm glad you've got air conditioning on the way for sure. It's getting warmer here too.
Welcome.
Let's see. Antidotes are always good to carry. Poisoning is not fun. Echo screen to cure silence. We've got sleeping bags. Fully restores one person's. Interesting. HP and MP can be used outdoors. Well, we've only got 2 people in the party right now, so I don't think we need to really spend money on sleeping bag on tents. I'm the person who does like continually buy way too many items. Like, you just never know. Like, why do you have 10 regular ass potions? You know cure. I'm like, I don't know. Shit could go down. You don't know. Let's see. Auto crossbow, noise blaster, bio blaster. Well, somebody's gonna need it. Also, an interesting thing in this game is it looks like with those abilities, strike all enemies with a spray of crossbow bolts, confuse all enemies with a blast of sound, attack and inflict poison damage to all enemies. Like, it seems like there could be advantages to using the item that is not just the most expensive one. Yeah. Me packing for a weekend away is true. Like, I don't know, I might need it. Don't tell me. You know, tell me what to do with my life. Got this whole suitcase, I'm gonna use it.
You wouldn't know by looking at it, but this castle is loaded with advanced technology.
For example, whoops, it's all top secret. Sorry, I was just about to start talking. Bioblaster, unbarely oh, boo. The gamer urge to hoard and save every item for just the right time. I seriously am so bad at it. Wait a second, there's a voice acting mod for Outer Wilds? That would be really cool. Ugh, I would love to be part of a project like that. Rest for a bit? Yeah, sure. In terms of effort, at least. That's fair. That's fair. It might not all be, you know, the best. But I would love to put together, like, even to do for, like, Arcade Spirits. I feel like that would be fun. To go through and, like, do a voice acting mod so that characters could have full voicing. If only I knew how to... I'm sure modding games is just so simple. The ancients once wielded a force known as magic. Those who mastered the arts were called magi. Scholars all over the world are busy studying magic, but you can only learn so much about something without seeing it. Iron Trout says sometimes 1 HP is all that stands between you and death, and that regular healing pot could save you. Not to mention when you retire at the end of the game, you have all those pots saved up to start your item shop, right? Okay, are we supposed to go to bed? Is there a particular place I'm supposed to go? Advanced weapons and other items we manufacture are shipped to South Figaro. It's like, first,
Your beauty is overwhelming. Second, I want to see if I'm your type. Third, your abilities are attractive.
oh, Edgar. Alright, do we just leave? Oh, is this a chocobo forest? Yeah, there we go, chocobo stable. Let me teach you how to ride a chocobo. 100 gil for a chocobo ride. Why not? They do go mode 7 for the chocobo ride. That's so fun. This makes it so much harder to navigate the map though. And why is it does anybody else feel a little like motion weird going through this? Like it's not the most comfortable way. Just made of money throwing that 100 gil away. South Figaro Cave.
This cave leads to South Figaro, but I'm afraid I can't let you through.
But why?
But why?
Now I gotta walk all the way back to Figaro.
Halt!
Oh, it's you. Wait, okay. Alright, didn't need to leave. Yeah, I'm just like, I am hoping that as I get older, I know some people as they get older will be more prone to motion sickness, and I am hoping that that is not something that happens to me.
Figaro Castle engine room is down those stairs. The engines are currently undergoing maintenance, so we can be ready to move at a moment's notice if the need arises. Sorry, I can't let you go down there. It's too dangerous.
Okay. How about here then?
The jail. These good-for-nothing brigands have been locked up for thievery, and worse. Better keep a safe distance. Ugh, something smells terrible in here. Oh, I think it's me. Ah, brigand. Demand to see Edgar. How dare they keep us in this stinking pit?
Okay, see, maybe we shouldn't check that pot.
I'm Lone Wolf the Pickpocket.
Okay, yeah, there wasn't anything in that pot. Nothing good anyway.
Relax, my boys are just blowing off some steam. We're just small potatoes compared to the real threat lurking out there. King Edgar knows that.
Okay. Well, we've been all around the castle. And it seems like Figaro Castle is, again, you know, they're an ally of the Empire. They've got strong machinery. It seems to be a relatively stable space. But I don't feel like we have a clear sense of quite why we're here, or why we're safer here if we're, you know, allies of the Empire.
Edgar has a twin brother, you know. He was such a nice boy, always thinking of his family. Edgar, what's wrong with Dad? Are you blind? Haven't you seen how thin his face has become? What do you mean? Edgar? Are you crying?
Edgar's twin brother, who traded the throne for his own freedom. Sabin?
Ah, yes, Sabin. I'm sure he's a fine young man by now. He was just a boy when he left, even smaller than his brother. I often wonder where he is now and what he's doing. Sabin? Or Sabin? Sabin? His Majesty said he'd marry me when I got old enough. Oh, okay. I totally would have taken the input. I have no idea. Alright, Earwax, thanks for hanging out. I'm glad y'all are looking forward to playing through this. I am too. Throat Warbler Mangrove. The Gestalian Empire has already overthrown all 3 of the other nations on the southern continent. It's only a matter of time before they make their way up here. Okay, so the Gestalian Empire... It's that the Gestalian Empire, they're allies, so yeah, they're supposed to be friends, they're supposed to be cool, but there's no reason to assume that Gestalt is not going to try and roll in here and just completely take over. Say Ben and say gay, right? Alright, so we learned about Sabin, which I imagine is the story event we were supposed to trigger here. That is one of the issues I feel like with the design of these old RPGs, is that sometimes they are not entirely clear what they want you to do. So you just like go around and you're like, well, just talk to everybody until you... something. Alright, at least Edgar's back now. Well, how do you like my castle? King Edgar, there's someone here from the Empire to see you, sire. Kefka, no doubt. Phoebe! Emperor Gestal's stupid orders! Edgar, you pinhead! Why do you have to live out in the middle of a stinking desert? These recon jobs are the pits. There's sand on my boots. All gone, sir. Pathetic idiots. Sir Kefka, what in the world brings you out of my way? Oh, we're controlling. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so they're gonna have us swap main characters fairly often. So now we're playing as Edgar. What? You wouldn't be thinking of invading my kingdom next, would you? We have an alliance. An alliance? With this miserable little sandpit? Don't make me laugh. I heard you've been busy down south taking over a country or 3. Just what is the Empire up to? It's none of your concern. What brings Emperor Gestal's own court mage, Kefka, to my humble castle? A girl of no importance recently escaped from us. We heard she found refuge here. This wouldn't have to do with that witch everyone's been whispering about, would it? Lies! She merely stole something of minor value. Is she here? That's a tough one. There are more girls in here than grains of sand in the desert. Man couldn't possibly keep track of them all. Oh, Edgar. You know you only stand to lose by trying to hide her from us. I truly hope nothing happens to your precious Figaro.
Yeah, it was definitely a threat. I didn't like the sound of that.
Where's Terra? Take her to her room. I'd love to stay and chat, but the Chancellor and I have some planning to do. Being a king's not all tea and crumpets. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Follow me. Oh, we are actually following. Even just, wow, okay. Bro, she's not interested, right? Just let it go. Oh, wait. Where did, okay. Oh, gosh. Kefka is going to be such an interesting character. The only thing that's frustrating me is that, like, the voice that I have for Kefka feels very similar to, not Sans, but Sans' brother. And I don't like the idea of having negative associations with that. Who is Sans' brother? I do miss Undertale. Papyrus, yeah. I was like that. The Kefka voice feels very similar to my Papyrus voice, and I don't like that. Papyrus is a pure golden child. Sorry, I didn't mean to drag you around like this without giving you a chance to rest. I'm Locke, right? You said you're a thief. I'm a treasure hunter. On the surface, Edgar pretends to support the Empire. Truth is, he's collaborating with an underground resistance group called the Returners. I serve as their go-between. The old man you met in Narsh is one of us too. The Empire? But I'm an Imperial soldier. When they laugh like that, you just can't imagine any other voice. It's so true. It's because that's the first time I ever tried to invoke that voice, I think. Not anymore. They were using you. That's all. Things are different now. It's just, I don't know what I should do. Whenever I try to think, it just makes my head hurt even worse. Oh, gracious. I am glad that they are not going to... I certainly hope that they are not going to use that and, like, sort of addle... I hope that they are going to resolve that so that Terra has a chance to think for herself instead of being guided by the other forces in her life. All that matters is that you make your own decisions from now on. You try not to think too hard right now. You'll know what you want to do when the time comes. That's actually really sage advice. I oftentimes do actually feel this way, that I will get so caught in thought spirals and anxiety that I can't get anything done. There's that kind of idea that, like, look, when you get to the time, you'll get a sense of what you need to do. But how will I know which choice is right? This feels very still I am just a dark knight, Rosa. Nah? What in the... Yeah, Locke seems to support Terra making her own decisions at least. I do appreciate that as well. What's going on? It's the Empire! Kefka, he... What do you think you're doing? Bring me the girl! Now! I have no idea what you're talking about. Oh? Then enjoy the barbecue. Fire! Fire! Okay. I don't know if we actually... Get her ready. Yes, sire. Had a change of heart? It seems I have no choice.
Or perhaps I do. Ah! Oh my, the brave and noble king abandons his people to save his own skin. How utterly delightful. Jump! The Chocobo trio running off into the night. All right, sink her into the sand. Yahoo!
Oh my gosh, yeah, I definitely was a theater kid. Definitely would have been.
Figaro dive mode engaged.
Oh, wait a second.
Witness the glory of Figaro.
Are they gonna...
Yeah, bye-bye.
Kefka just hanging out here in the sand. Anna, it's good to see you. Welcome in. Oh my god. Edgar's moving castle. A big shout out to Anna and the folks over at Stumped Gamers. Did you find all the rest of the endings for Slay the Princess? I hope you're having a good day. Oh my gosh.
Go! Kill them!
I think you're still missing two. Ah, fair. I've still got to go back myself.
Oh, hell.
Alright. Really? What? We don't have fighting chocobos? That dude almost one-shotted Terra. Couldn't steal. Oh, wait a second. Oh, I didn't realize I could have used all those items as tools. Well, damn. I could have bought all of them. Whoa. What's the matter, Edgar? What made you jump like that all of a sudden?
Did you just see what I saw? You did, right? Right?
Yeah, this kid's really something, huh?
Really something? That was magic! Magic! Magic?
This is the goofiest game.
She used magic?
What?
Terra?
Your name was Terra, right? Locke, calm down. This is so Wendy's. Oh, that's right. This is technically a completely optional cutscene, right? If Terra never uses magic, we might never see this. Oh my gosh, Sir Chadley, it's good to see you. Welcome in. Your name was Terra, right? What exactly was that just now? I love to imagine the like Magitech armor pilots just sitting there like, actually, we're kind of curious too. What?
I'm sorry,
No, we're the ones who should be apologizing. I didn't mean to make such a big deal out of it.
Nor did I. It just surprised me. I mean, I've never actually seen magic before. Where did you...
It doesn't matter, does it, Edgar? Terra can use magic and we can't. That's all there is to it. The fact is, her magic could really help us right now. Thank you, Locke. This is actually really interesting because in Europe she's called a magic with cheese. Damn, a Big Mac does sound good. What is interesting here, though, right, is that Locke is continually advocating for space for Terra. That Terra just has the opportunity to be herself, right? So they're both flipping out about this whole magic thing, and Edgar going and asking all these detailed questions about magic is making Terra really self-conscious. She doesn't remember anything. And now, in addition, she's using this ability that's coming naturally to her and apparently is making her a target. And so Locke is able to come in and be like, hey, wait, let's just cool it down. It doesn't matter. Fact of the matter, Terra can use magic. We can't use magic. Maybe let's not stress her out about that and make this a big ol' awkward thing. And so, like, I know Edgar is not trying to make this situation awkward, but I appreciate that there's this discussion in here and that Locke is continually able to advocate for Terra, whether it's, again, here trying to make her feel like less of an outcast, or talking about like, hey, maybe you don't have, you know, thinking too much hurts right now, but like, give it time. You'll find what you need. I'll be here to support you. Like, it's cool. Ah, Terra with the wink. Ah, look at them. Look at them. Swoon. Is this JRPG's first polycule? Is this what like? Oh my gosh. Oh. Oh no. Okay. Item Phoenix down. Welcome back. These battles are not easy. Wow. Yep, that's Terra. Wow, they really are not fucking around. That's one. Oh, okay, so I just need to do damage. We need to... Oh, hell. Yeah, I'm out of Phoenix down. I hate it when this happens because I don't want to, like, have uneven HP. Or XP. Oh, I guess it doesn't matter. There wasn't any XP. Great.
Bravo, Figaro.
Let's see. I did play some LNC demos. Stray Gods, Fall of Porcupine, Underground Blossom, Demon School, and Slay the Princess. Sheesh, that's a good run. Next is FF4. I love FF4. We haven't played 4 in years. I'm due for a replay, actually.
You'll pay for this.
Freaking Kefka. Hey, it's good to see you, Trista Ray. How are you doing?
Were those bad people? I'm scared.
The Clussy game? No. Oh no. Oh, you want to do you want to do an FF4 playthrough? Because I'll do it. That would be a blast.
Terra, there's someone we'd like you to meet.
Like I told you before, we're members of the Returners.
Would you be willing to meet our leader? Magic is going to be the key to winning this war.
Magic?
That Esper reacted to your magical powers. There's got to be a relationship.
I don't know any more than you do. These powers just come naturally to me.
But no human is born with the powers you have. Forgive me.
What should I do?
The Empire will be coming after us. They want your powers for their own. And if they get them, the world is done for. Terra, you want to understand your own powers, don't you? Then I think you should meet with Bannon. He may be able to help you find out more about why you have them.
Please. Edgar's right.
There's a cave just south of here that leads to South Figaro. Let's head in that direction.
Ronald wishes he had milkshakes like Kefka. Oh, sheesh. Kefka does seem like an absolutely ridiculous character. And I can now see why Terra's theme feels so iconic. We'll see when you get back, Haraf. Do it. Do all of them. Taranga, it's good to see you. I honestly... Oh, I don't know. It might be fun to go it might be fun to do a Final Fantasy run. We would be playing Final Fantasy for the rest of the year, but there'd be a lot of really great discussions. Clownisexual. Why am I now imagining Kefka? Don't you wish your girlfriend was hot like me? Like, let's see. FF12 for sentimental reasons, then 13 and 15. Okay, the newer school ones. 13 is so good. Let's see. I think we should use a sleeping bag. Oh no. Where are we gonna? Does a tent revive? Does a sleeping bag revive? No. Okay. I don't think... How am I going to get you back up? Because I can't buy Phoenix down in the north. And now that Figaro has turned into... has gone sand, right? Yeah, now that Figaro has descended, like... Poor Locke. Locke's just gonna be on his face for a while. 9 is such a good one. I've heard 9 is good. Anna's favorites are 7, 9, and 4. Those are pretty good choices. Of course, we know Anna being a Sephiroth sexual. We have our favorite pro tags and tags. I do enjoy him as a villain, but I'm honestly parroting Kefka Thirst from 14. Oh, gracious. Trista Ray says, I'm a stalwart champion of 8 as a game that is both unforgivable and unforgettable. That does... Come on. This is going to make me so... I'm going to be so self-conscious of Locke not being able to gain any XP because he's KO'd. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. I just imagine Edgar and Tara carrying around Locke's unconscious body, just like, well, I mean, we'll wake up one day. It's fine. Preemptive strike. Oh wait, I should have used the tools. Yeah, I think Alex is also a pretty big Final Fantasy VIII fan. I think for me, it's 13, 4... and Crystal Chronicles. Yep. King Edgar, where are you headed, sire? Through the cave, and eastward to South Figaro. We'll then make for the Returna headquarters in the north. Return to the castle and pass the word along. Understood, sire. Take care. Really want to get some people to play Crystal Chronicles with? Yo, I would be down. Especially, like, it seems to be going on decent sale on Switch and stuff lately. Did you play all the extras for 13? I didn't, actually. Hey, welcome back, Locke. There we go. Oh, look at the little turtle in there. I tried to play 13 too, and I just was so turned off by the lack of lightning. And also, I really loved that the original Final Fantasy 13 was so... Like, I know this puts me in a particular camp, but I loved how linear Final Fantasy 13 was. I thought they had a real control over storytelling that most RPGs never get. Especially earlier Final Fantasies that were so focused on, you know, you being able to customize your party and have whoever you wanted at kind of whatever time. What does that digestive fluid do? Oh, it's just DOT, damage over time. And so I was just so turned off that I was like, nah, I'm not going to do it. And I bought Lightning Returns because I just, again, I'm sort of devotee to the franchise, but never touched it. So if the story held up its end of the bargain right, you know. Teferac says a lot of my writing ends up having underlying themes of memory, so Crystal Chronicles really hits all my touchstones. It's really good. It is especially for it to have taken that sort of like Celtic tone or whatnot, like it's got a very different vibe than other Final Fantasies, but it also has, in my opinion, the most gorgeous soundtrack. Oh, it's so good. I played Crystal Chronicles in Japanese with a friend and we made our own story. That's super cool. Uncle of Pearl says, for a long time I wasn't even aware of the 3D Final Fantasies. I only knew about the retro ones, and even then not that much. Yeah, it is interesting to think about what a long-running franchise this is, you know? I'm sorry, I'm sorry, Bugs. We've got plenty of bug enemies. It's one of the things I like about 14. I can buckle in for linear story or go AFK in the city emoting at my friends. Honestly, so I did start up Final Fantasy 14 again, and I am really enjoying it. I think it's got some really interesting story beats, and it also... I'm also excited to be able to one day play Mahjong. Yep. I want Mahjong, damn it. And Triple Triad. That's what I'm here for. I just started. I just got back. But you're right. This is the same thing. A friend of mine saw my Discord status saying that I was playing Final Fantasy 14 and messaged me exactly the same thing. It was like, wait, you're playing? Why didn't you tell me? What race are you playing? What job are you playing? I think it's literally just pixel art. Oh no, I knew you were fine with it. It was just a joke, but I think it's hilarious when it's literally just pixel art of an actual insect with one element. People in Japan would actually recognize those beetle grubs because raising beetles is a popular hobby. Really? Oh, I didn't know that. Yes, 14 is the online one that's been bigger lately. And frankly, I think for good reason. So I'm a big Destiny player, was a big Destiny player. And I honestly think in terms of like first person shooter, like gameplay mechanics, that kind of thing, there's really not, I don't think there's a better game out there with better gunplay mechanics than Destiny. But I also think that like Destiny's story oftentimes feels very Byzantine, and like I feel like I oftentimes have to like do my homework to play. Like I'm constantly grinding to try and get new armor or whatever the thing is, and a lot of the game can feel repetitive over time. Whereas 14, now given I'm very early in 14, so I can't speak to this completely, but it feels like there is such a wide variety of not just like ways to engage with the game, whether you can basically play it single player and go through this story, or you can, you know, party up with friends and do, I think they're called roulettes, and like there's a bunch of different things, but there's also a bunch of different mini games. There's tons of different fashion. There are lots of ways that people create free companies, which are the game's version of guilds, and just a lot of different ways that you can engage in the game world that are not just show up and run the daily or weekly content to try and get better gear. As far as how far along I am, these folks attack slow. I am like level 18. I'm running a human thaumaturge, or I don't remember what the name is, but yes, a heckin' boring human butt thaumaturge, because I am committed to playing African American mage, and that's my goal. Almost all the millennial entomologists I know started because they played Pokemon and are essentially IRL Pokemon professors. That's wild. I never even thought about it that way. I didn't realize that it was Pokemon was inspired by that trend of catching beetles in the summer. That's really cool. What is... I was gonna open this menu for a reason. I don't remember what it was. Let's see. The biggest issue with Destiny is its MMO space. There's very, very little to do in that game that isn't running the same content over and over again, right? I'll have to locate you, pull up on... Yo, real talk. I would be all about it. I am playing on Excalibur right now. I have a character on another server from back when I was playing with Alex and Morgan. I don't actually know if they still play 14. I need to ask. Oh, you're on Excalibur? Oh, sick. That's easy. Yeah. Oh no, I don't. Like, don't leave. I don't wanna. I know I've got a character on Excalibur. I want to say I have another character on Crystal, on Coral, or whatever. That sounds familiar. But yeah, I'll probably be on Excalibur for... Especially, like, I hear that you can, like, hop over and visit other people's servers, which is kind of all I need, you know? I definitely want to... I don't know, it's such an interesting game to explore, though I will say the interesting thing about it is that, so for folks who might not be familiar, in Final Fantasy XIV there are tons of different jobs, essentially different classes that you can take on, and each of those classes have, of course, different roles, different gameplay styles, you know, whether they heal, do DPS, or tanking. Iron Stinger! And so the Thaumaturge is essentially the intro class that leads into, or the intro job that leads you into being able to play Black Mage. But the way the rotation, the like way you have to execute the different commands to be able to like stay alive and whatnot, is kind of complicated as a Black Mage. And apparently it just, or as a Thaumaturge, and apparently it gets even more complicated as a Black Mage. So apparently I have asked myself for trouble, but I'm pretty excited. So you have an FC already? Asking for a friend who is me? No, actually, I am still so incredibly early. And yeah, don't even worry about it. We're talking Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy is on topic. Do they offer the choice of 3 bugs with when becoming an entomologist? They offer the choice of 3 bugs with special properties to 10-year-olds that they want to go around the world without adult supervision. Oh gracious! Little did I know how exciting I want to be the very best entomologist, like no one ever was. I wish I had bought that other tool just so I could know what it does. Also, that auto crossbow is so OP in these fights. Like, I mean, which I guess is a good thing, right? Like, don't want to have to sit in them forever. Okay. Is this South Figaro? It is. Wait, who are you? What? Where? What are? Who are? What? Blow, blow, blow. This Western. You look just like that student of Duncan's. Man at the counter's got a nasty look about him. I hear the Empire's been invading one town after another. I wonder how safe we are in South Figaro. Right? Just a ninja walking around in broad daylight. Yeah, that is exactly the garb intended for stealth in the middle of the day. Duncan's been training his boy, Vargas, along with his other students. He's always grumbling about how the kid never seems to be making any progress. Right. Ignore us and maybe we'll just disappear.
Back off, Locke. That guy looks familiar. He comes and goes like the wind, swearing allegiance to no one. Hidden behind his wintry gaze lies a face known to none who live. Shadow.
Thank you for linking that, Smolecule. Yes, we do have a Destiny channel. It's a little slower. We haven't played as much Destiny lately, but yeah, it's good. Oh, that's a doggo. There's actually a research study showing how Pokemon collecting actually changed how people's brains work later as adults. Some of the best taxonomists probably are that because of the Pokemon trading. Really? That's wild. Yeah, that's Shadow all right. He's an assassin. He'd kill his own best friend for the right price. Guess we'd better steer clear of him. And actually, I heard wintry gaze? Wintry gate? Oh, okay. Leave us. The dog eats strangers. Really? Alright, I guess. Do we need to rest? Yeah, it's probably what, 80 gil? Yeah, alright. Run to bed, everybody. One of the best things the remaster did was make his sprite clearer. As a kid, I used to think the headband was a Cyclops eye. Yeah, I like that they have the opportunity to tune some of those things up, you know?
Figaro Castle stood up to the Empire? Great, now we'll all be drawn into the war.
Alright, so this is, I mean, it's unfortunate, but this is part of that circumstance. I was playing Fuga Memories of Steel, which looks really good. But, you know, these small towns that are like outside of the war, and then eventually you get sucked into it. And there is this, I imagine there's this hope, this sense that like maybe we'll never have to get involved. But as they called out, it wasn't as if they weren't involved. It's that they stood up to the Empire instead of capitulating, and that is what now is bringing the war. This is true. If it's a service dog, right? Don't assume that we can give pets to service dogs. Or anybody's dog, really. Ask permission. You can gain all kinds of abilities by equipping relics. These shoes double my walking speed. Watch this! Good job. Alright, so this must be...
Relics can grant you a variety of abilities. For example, sprint shoes double your walking speed. A gauntlet lets you hold a weapon with both hands. The Knight's Coat makes you shield others. Dragoon boots allow you to perform jumps.
Okay, we went through that already. Sprint shoes and dash, right? That would be very quick, I think. I wonder if one person is wearing that relic, does the movement change happen for the whole party? Prevents petrification, prevents poison, prevents darkness. Take one of these sprint shoes. Okay. Now, even though we don't have... Okay, we do still. Wow! You're very fast. Hey, Jonathan Games. Yes, this is my first time playing Final Fantasy VI, and it's good so far. We're having a good time with it. How are you doing today? Sprint shoes were way more useful in early versions of the game when there was no dash button. Yeah, that's what I figured, was that it seemed like the dash button was new, so having those sprint shoes would really make a pretty big difference. let's grab a knight's code just in case we end up with somebody who has more health. Let's see. I think we were in here already. Yeah, I was like, we were already in the bar. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Chocobo stables.
Welcome to South Figaro.
In for a treat. I am super excited. I am a big Final Fantasy IV fan, and I think actually that's...
Did you see how cool Figaro Castle looked as it moved along through the sand? Well, no. Well, I suppose that would have been kind of hard with it being underground and all.
I do think that there are... I think part of the reason I didn't play Final Fantasy VI was because I love Final Fantasy IV so much, and every time I would say it, people would be like, "Oh, but you should play 6. 6 is so much better." And I think I just was like, no. So yeah, I'm excited to see what the story is all about now that I have gotten past the point of identifying myself based on the media that I love, and also being able to like make some space to say maybe I can have a new favorite. It's okay. All right, let's grab a couple great swords, and I'm hoping that Locke gets to dual wield daggers. Well, let's see. Let's find out. Mithril knife. It's pretty cheap. Let's just buy one and find out. Okay. So we're gonna go here. Left hand. Okay, nope, only gets one. Wait. Oh, okay. Okay, so remove. Put it in the right hand. Oh, it looks the same either way. Did you play 5? Actually, I haven't. I've heard it's good, though. Mithril sword is already here. Great sword. Oh, we could have just given the mithril knife there. We didn't have to buy an extra one. Whoops. Make some room, take some time, and enjoy it. It's one of my favorite games of all time. I'm legit jealous you get to experience it for the first time. Oh, that's really... thank you for that. I am really excited to see how this story plays out. And I'm glad that folks are so excited to see the playthrough. It seems to be a really wonderful game. And it already has some attention to its narrative that makes me feel like they've learned some things from Final Fantasy IV, so I'm looking forward to it. A Smackian, I have the exact opposite relationship. I'm afraid I'll just want 4 to be more like 6. Oh my gosh. Matt says, as someone who's taught or gotten people to try and play new games, yeah, you literally get nobody to try something by telling them it's better than the thing they like. Exactly. It just... You gotta make space to respect where people are, and then also be like, hey, there might be this other thing you want to give a shot too. Let's see, let's get a cotton robe, Kenpoki. And then let's actually sell some of this old equipment. Okay, actually, we should make sure everybody is equipped well first. I always feel like I'm cheating when I use the optimal button, but whatever, it's fine. And we're gonna sell this dagger. Alright. I need to sell enough so that we can get 3 of the heavy shields, and then we can get out of here.
There we go. Sweet. Sell the bucklers and be out of here.
Personal taste. Yeah, you never know. You really don't. Some folks may enjoy one thing more than another.
Head east, you'll see Mount Colts.
Cool. Matt says, I was watching a YouTube stream and one of the streamers was talking about consuming media. He was talking about how important it can be to consume media that might not be your jam or is outside your normal tastes because, one, you might be surprised, and two, it can help inform your language around describing what you do or don't like. I think that's a really good point. It's something that I've been thinking about in terms of Steam lately, actually. And the reason being that, like, I have noticed that I am less likely to pick up a game if it's, like, even mostly positive. I think we've talked about this a little bit. When a game gets rated, like, mostly positive or mixed, and I'm like, oh, well, maybe I should play something else that's, you know, very positive or overwhelmingly positive. I know those will be good. I don't like strangers. Bring me some cider. Maybe I'll talk to you. Well, dang, okay. But I have increasingly found myself wanting to be, you know, more willing to, oh, that's great. We get that little exclamation mark so I don't have to press X all the damn time. Final Fantasy VII Learn Challenge. But I have been thinking about playing those games that are mixed reviews or, you know, positive or whatever, because it's like, why am I letting other people's... And obviously, like, money is limited, time is limited, whole nine yards, but, like, I'm letting other people's sense of taste and success and whatever shape what I end up taking on. And there could be plenty of games out there that I like that other people don't, or risks that people take in their development that are interesting that I'll just never see otherwise. And so I think there's a lot to that, Matt. Yeah, there's some great games I missed because PC Gamer gave them a 5 out of 10 back in the day. Yeah, exactly. I mean, honestly, think about the number of people who like freaking loved Final Fantasy X-2 today, and it got panned when it first dropped. Final Fantasy 13 is the same deal. Rock Paper Shotgun panned New Vegas, right? Like the whole concept of game crit is that, like, it has been created with this idea that, like, oh, it's objective, and that's why we give it a 5 or a 9 or whatever. It's a subjective rating of how good a thing is. But how good a thing is completely shaped by the reviewer who's playing it. And so that's not to say that there is nothing useful about, like, numeric scores or whatnot, right? But I think that they need to be considered in context. A game that could be a 5 out of 10 for me because it is... Or, you know, I'm like, sorry, you did this thing and it's, like, socially reprehensible, and I call it a, you know, I would call it a 5 or a 4. There are other people who will be like, that thing doesn't bother me, or could legitimately also be looking at it from another marginalized perspective, but say, like, I think that this feels a different way, or this is how I prioritize, whatever the thing is, right? So they might score it differently. For us to assume that my 5 is the same as your 5, or my 9 is the same as your 9, to make that assumption, it doesn't make sense. But instead, I think that these should give us baselines with which to be able to say, like, oh, maybe we have some common ground, or, oh, maybe we're a little bit more dissimilar, maybe this, you know, maybe I'll go another direction, right? So it just
charge complete.
Makes more sense that way. All right, lurk away. Thank you for hanging out. It's good to see you, Uncle of Pearl. Don't name your easy difficulty game journalists. Oh, gracious, Ryan. Oh, does it actually say that charge complete? Y'all are able to hear that? I thought it was just saying it in my headphones. That's weird. These headphones are, I like them in a lot of respects, but I also have had a couple of issues. Had a couple of issues. One of them, that this red light on the microphone, the only way that I can get it to turn off. Hell. Okay, hold on. Properties. There it goes. You plugged it in, it sounded like joining a Discord call. It's an interesting headset because it has both a wired USB mode and a wireless mode, and apparently the wired mode can do like higher sound quality. But like this red light the only way that it turns off
mic on
is for me to do that. And also and it's not a big deal. It's just something I noticed. Yeah, the only way that I can get the light to turn off is to put the mic out and to turn it on. And I had to choose a setting to turn the LED off when the mic is on. But I can't get a setting for the red light when I literally wouldn't be able to see. That's weird.
Ship ain't going anywhere.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. Okay, so if I remember correctly, we are... Oh, there were eye drops in there. That was great. Oh, the headphone lady. If I recall correctly, we are here to try and meet whoever is going to essentially escort us to meeting somebody in the Resistance. And that is not how we get there. I hate the game journalism hate. I do too, honestly. And I do think that, like, there are many ways that you can draw some direct connections between Gamergate and the current state of politics and world affairs. And in much of it being that, like, can I get a cider from here? Where do I get this cider from? Much of it being that, like, the, tactics that right-wingers utilized in Gamergate were tactics that they then carried into right-wing politics. And unfortunately, I think one of those things that they also did was helped to garner a bunch of distrust in journalists by having a bunch of young, angry gamers be angry at game journalists. It gave them more space to be able to talk about, well, yeah, see, that's just journalism everywhere. So it's pretty unfortunate.
Out of my way. I gotta get this over to the boss. Now scram.
Oh, is that the cider? I don't totally get... Oh, okay. Yep, so we follow this one. I do wish I didn't keep accidentally... you know what? I'm actually gonna take the running shoes off. Oh, here we go. Equip. Sprint shoes. There we go. We're still faster. Yeah, it's about... Is it still cider? It is still cider. It's about ethics in game journalism, has a straight line to... It's about fairness in women's sports. That's exactly correct. Exactly correct.
Work here's done. You're in my way. Move it.
I don't like strangers. Bring me some cider and I'll talk. Oh, okay, so maybe that's what they're doing, is they're giving us an opportunity to learn, like, oh, okay, this is where we're supposed to go next. Wait, why are... I guess I'll follow you, but where are you going? Nowhere. Oh, okay. Oh, wait, no. I think that character's just in their way. There we go. Very subtle with the following, right? Oh, okay, so they did bring us back to the bar. So we're going to go down here. I'm guessing there's more cider here. There we go. Gotta get this cider over to the old timer. Wait. What? Wait. But how? Okay. So I can't order cider from the bar, which is the one place that I would think I could. I can't take it off any of these tables. Huh? Kids aren't allowed in here? Okay, fine. Man at the counter's got a nasty look about him. Davis the dog eats strangers. There's gotta be a place that I can buy cider from. Let's see. Because I know if we go out here, I know that you're gonna go over here. Do I have to maybe get in before you? I still don't have it. Like, alright, gonna go do things for the evening. Yo, thank you for hanging out. It was good to see you, and we'll catch you next time, Eskias. Work here's done. You're in my way. Move it. Oh, wait. Maybe I can stop. Maybe I can talk to him on the way and be like, hey, let me take that for you. It's fine. Maybe that's what we need to do. All right, let's try this again. Okay. We're gonna go over here. Out of my way, gotta get the cider to the old timer. Some of us have jobs. No, there's no way for me to talk to him. Okay, is there somewhere else we can get cider from? What if I just... Nope. Won't talk to me. I feel like if there was a store where we could have bought cider, I'd have seen it already. Well, is there maybe... I don't think there's like... I've checked all of the barrels and all of the other items where there could have maybe been something. And don't see it here. I guess, and I think I tried to take the cider before talking to the guy, but I'm not sure. Let's try that one more time. All right, so let's go back. Okay. Yep, so we know you're upset. You're gonna say scram. We'll go down here. We've definitely been down here before. Alright, so can I go over here? And it's not like we're supposed to try and beat the guy back because he's already there. Okay. Yeah, and it won't let me take. I'll actually chat if you want to help me out with this one. What should I be doing to get the cider? I feel like it's one of those old RPG type deals. You do not need to solve the cider side quest at this time. Oh, okay. All right. Well then, never mind. Thank you. I didn't realize it was a side quest. I thought that was what I needed to do to talk to the guy, that was going to be the leader guy that we were supposed to be talking to. Okay, I feel like, let's see, let's head out. Maybe we just don't need to be in South Figueroa right now. Duncan's cabin. Okay. That giant lettuce.
What's that smell?
Oh, yeah, for sure. So we can actually have Tara. Wait. You can change the party character that appears on screen by changing the party order. Did I not? Oh, wait a second. Do they have a... Why is Edgar is highlighted here? I wonder if they have a different system now. Because, yeah, usually whoever's on the top of the list gets to be the head character or whatever. But can I... There we go. We can use the left bumper to rotate. There we go. Or the left and right bumpers.
These dishes, they're just like the ones he always used. His tea, it was his favorite.
Nah, we don't need to rest.
These flowers, he always liked these.
Alright, there we go. Yeah, I was concerned. I was a little concerned. Wait, what?
Could Sabin be living here? Hey, do you happen to know where I could find the man who lives here? Sure do. Left a couple of days ago as soon as he heard Master Duncan had been killed. Headed up into the mountains. They say Duncan's son Vargas is missing too. I don't like it one bit.
Oh, yeah, and it does change. I didn't realize it did change to Edwin for that dialogue. That is nice. Oh, you look angry. They really went in on the early game mobs. They're like, no, this place is vicious. Be aware. Sweet. Thrifty Spender got an achievement for obtaining 10,000 gil. Alright, so let's go ahead and save real quick. It's about noon. We've got like another hour left of stream, so I'm gonna go grab a snack. I think this is a good opportunity to stretch your legs a little bit, get a water refill, that kind of thing. We will be right back with more Final Fantasy IV. And by 4, I mean 6. Alright folks, we're back. Our last probably good hour and a half of Final Fantasy VI. We're getting a good start. It seems like things are really going to pick up speed about midway through. And I've been enjoying the game so far. And just a reminder, folks, we are going to be posting these VODs on YouTube, which I've kind of... I'm just committing. I'm gonna do it. I keep saying I'm gonna do it. Wait. I'm gonna do it. Gosh. I should just do it. Anyway, we're going to be posting the VODs. They'll be here available on Twitch, but they will also be on YouTube. So if you want to follow, the VODs will be posted on the VOD channel, and then we'll have shorter cuts on the IG one. No, I emailed the IG email address about that. Oh? I will take a look. I'll make sure I take a look at that. Thank you for giving me the heads up. If you folks ever want to reach me, it's just josh@intelligame.us. Yeah. Realized we didn't have a way to communicate otherwise. Oh, okay, but I'm in the Discord now. Okay, I do need to be better about my email. I know there's stuff in there. In fact, yeah, I need to go through there after stream. But yeah, would love to connect. All right, friends. Getting us back into Final Fantasy VI, we are on the hunt for possibly Edwin's twin brother Sabin. Edwin, Sabin. I feel like those rhyme-ish. That seems about correct. But yeah, we're looking for Edwin's twin brother, as well as I believe Duncan is the head of the Resistance. These squirrels look like they needed way less caffeine in their lives. Edgar, thank you, Edgar. I promise I'm going to remember Edgar's name at some point. I don't know when. Edgar's gonna come at me with that crossbow. Okay. I think it looks like the next place we should head is in this cave. Unseelie. Alright, let's see what we can get off these folks. Potion, not bad. And it's money if nothing else. I hope you folks took a good break, got up, stretched your legs, that kind of thing. I grabbed a quick bowl of cereal and made a quick sandwich. Wow, these folks are really still alive. Okay. I guess, you know, it's no 200 damage from the auto crossbow. Yep, that cleaned them up. Alright. Let's begin our journey up Mount Colts. I almost called it Mount Ordeals, but whatever. Preemptive strike. Cast fire. Let's try this bioblaster, see how that works. It's one down. Pretty sure that's the other one's down. Okay, nothing. Easy enough. There are parts of me that like, oh, that's really interesting. Looking at the ways that they've set up the cave entrances and exits here. Does this look very similar? Does this look stylistically different to the way that it was on the original, like for FF6? Because seeing the like holes in the cave that are supposed to, I assume, look more natural as cave entrances and exits are pretty neat. Is one of the interesting things about the ways that games have evolved are just how many different ways folks will come up with to be kind of ingenious, right? And push a medium forward, usually due to its like just natural, the restrictions of it, right? And trying to figure out, okay, well, if I can do this, example that, you know, even looking at like the pixelation in the grass, it feels more textured. Cave entrances are very similar, faithful to the original graphics. Yeah, and it feels like a big step up from Final Fantasy IV. Like, let's go ahead and use one of our some of our 17 potions. Terra's just out here taking hits. Honestly, I feel like we could probably put Terra on back row and be okay. There we go. This also is a really, like, well-designed map so that you can see where all the entrances and exits of the caves are. Zagreb. They're just out here hanging out, ready to... Can y'all... Y'all must have other people you can hit, right? Like, they're just like, no, we are coming in here. We are. Oh. And they are healed by poison. Alright. If Locke never gets to attack, I'm just interested in theft. It's one down. Pretty sure that's the second one down. Yep. The mini-map is new. Okay. And I think it's honestly... mini-map is big new. Main gosh. I think that's a weapon? Short dagger that sometimes parries enemy attacks. I don't hate that. Oh, so they will let you... No. I was hopeful. Alright, so let's go ahead, let's put the Gauche heavy shield. There we go. Victory twirls are very good. Back in my day, you used to have to pay for a chocobo ride for I had to pay for a chocobo ride for a mini map. Oh gracious. It is solid design though. And these are some of the benefits that I think come with doing a remaster. Are just little things that you're like, oh, quality of life would be better if we did this thing. Aha, see, stole a bandana. And ways that you can learn from, of course, tons of development that happened after the game was released. I mean, even thinking about, for instance, you know, people love to talk about, like, I remember when I used to buy games and they were, you know, they worked and didn't need patches or whatever. And it's like, well, never mind that the scale, the way in which games are created and the ways in which they're marketed and the expectations for games have changed so much, right? So even just thinking about like, oh, well, you know, such and such game was released on the Super Nintendo, it just worked. Well, it's like the only platform it was released for was the Super Nintendo, right? And even then, we can look at these old games and find all of these bugs and exactly, Matt, like, we can look back and see ways that there were bugs and glitches and all kinds of things, and we just, like, dealt with it. Also, the scopes of the projects that were being created were far different. Trying to develop for multiple consoles and for PC, each of those things are different ordeals, right? It's like trying to develop a game for multiple operating systems. The like expectations for how large a game is, all the complexity of it, like there's just so many components that go into what makes a game a game. It's one down. To be fair, FF6 had a few bugs that would have warranted a post-release patch. Oh, and that's no question, right? Like, I think that the interesting thing is that, like, back then, they couldn't patch, right? Like, the cart's the cart. There is no opportunity to update. And so now we, live in a world where I think, yeah, all modern consoles are expected to have at least some kind of, semi-consistent connection to the internet. So you can say like, ooh, actually that's broken. Let's go back and fix that real quick. And you have the ability to do it. I remember when the 360 when the 360 and the PS3 were first talking about needing high, not just internet, but high speed internet, and the ways that it felt like this kind of pressure. And especially when the Xbox One came around and there was talk about, the system needing to be always online, which they were, talking about trying to do because of concerns about piracy or whatever. Where is I was like, somebody's got to be able to wear this bandana. But I remember how, like, it seemed obnoxious. And of course, they were also, when they're doing that in the name of, like, we're resisting piracy or whatever, pretty obnoxious. But now, it's just kind of a given. The entire speedrunning community waves hello, right, at the patches, number of exploits and whatnot that wouldn't exist. There's a part of me that's very happy with the future we have, and then I look at all of Jedi Survivor not being on the disc you buy. That... I honestly feel like it's two things for that. One of them is, I think, a tension between consumer desires. One being what I like, the consumer desire, like, I would like to be able to buy a game, and then that way, if I'm not online, or if it's the far future and an online service is busted or whatever, I can still play the game. And I think a lot of people want physical media for their games. The flip side of it is that these games are getting so large. And in addition to the size and the question of whether or not you could even fit the entire game on a piece of media, there's also the sense that, like, who knows what post-release, like what day 0 or day 1 patches you're going to have to drop for a game to be, considered functional. So the studio could go through, say that a game is gold, aka it's done and ready to be, put on physical media to be shipped out to stores. And then they'll still have QA and all sorts of other things that they're going through so that on day 1 they can drop a patch to make the game more functional. And it, like... Oh, okay, I want to go into the cave entrance I missed. I am that person. And so, yeah, I think it's hard because if there were, for instance, no physical media, then I guess we wouldn't feel as much a way about it, right? But even with no physical media, the install size of games are getting ridiculous. I can't remember, isn't Jedi Survivor like, hey, go get another hard drive size? And I mean, even if it wasn't Jedi Survivor, like, certainly a game like Warzone, Call of Duty is notorious for taking up a bunch of what almost feels like unnecessary space. There's so much of game design that gamers don't know about, and that's partly due to them not being well read, and also partly due to active secrecy. Oh, 100%. 100%. There are a lot of things that, for instance, I understand about the game design and, like, production process because I have been either a part of it or adjacent to it for over a decade. So there are things that make sense to me that don't make as much sense to folks who haven't just, like, made their home in the industry portion of this space like I have. But it also, I do think, is some part on the industry to be able to provide clarity of information. I think that, agreed, there are some times that mystification of the process is specifically used to as a shield, so that it's like, how do you hope you can get away with some stuff. But there also is this part of me, and I think about this a lot with indie games, where I think that when you are, and unfortunately there are exceptions to this rule, right? We can think about things like ooblets, right? We've seen these situations where indie creators have gotten really just disgusting levels of harassment thrown at them for whatever part of their development process. But I also feel like I see a lot of places where, as folks start to better understand the human cost of game development, and also so frequently the lack of financial return and whatnot, I think that there are many people who are developing a stronger, man, that bridge, I would not be walking on that bridge. I think that there are more people who are able to give the benefit of the doubt and some grace to folks who are in the dev process, so long as they're keeping their communities in the loop. And that's, keeping up that communication can be really hard. And sometimes it's honestly like, and this is speaking from personal experience, sometimes the communication issues aren't even a question of like whether or not somebody wants to communicate. Oftentimes the amount of communication, like sending out the letter that says, hey, this is what's going on this week, just kind of falls to the wayside when compared to doing development or marketing or doing any kinds of like troubleshooting. It's just very easy to, in the course of like dealing with the million things that game dev asks you to do simultaneously, just to deprioritize that communication. And it's a shame, because that communication is what helps build your community, and building your community with strength is a big part of what helps your game be successful, period. Some heals. Part of why I'm trying to push people to stop buying games new. I feel like the rush to always get the brand new game leads to toxic behavior. I would call that complicated, right? On one hand, I do think that the rush to buy the game the second it comes out or whatever is a bit of an issue. I do think that oftentimes, like if we are waiting for this, if you wait for later, right after the game comes out, then you're also waiting for usually a price drop. And I think that's totally reasonable, right? That's what sales are. But I do think that the question of like making sure that developers are compensated for their work, I have to imagine that there's an entire process in figuring out the economics of sort of modern day game sales timing and whatnot is an entirely different beast. But I also, when it comes to ooblets, I think that, some people act as if like, oh, well, you're doing this full time, so why isn't it perfect? And why isn't it this? And why isn't it that? And that is a monster. But I also believe with ooblets, it was also partly a targeted harassment campaign, right? Like, we know that there are folks who have been on internet forums that specifically are interested in directing harm towards folks, who are part of wholesome community and whatnot. Also, with ooblets, I know a lot of people began much of their discontent because ooblets was supposed to be had started off as like exclusive to Epic Game Store,
and folks didn't want to download not Steam. And that just feels... Yeah, I will admit that I never had sympathy for that. I personally appreciate that the Epic Game Store came in to like light a fire under Steam's ass a little bit, especially when it comes to the like developer split. But I'm unashamedly taking a 4-day weekend to play through 16 when it comes out to avoid spoilers. I would give you no grief for that. I think that sounds like a very smart idea. I hope it's good, honestly. I really enjoy Stranger of Paradise. Yeah, and certainly there's some anti-epic stuff that makes sense, but like I could say the same about, oh wow, I'm sitting here with active time battle and it's just like, wait, maybe it's not active, maybe it is on wait. It is on wait. I didn't realize. But yeah, I mean, but I would say, honestly, I would say the same about any large sale company. I mean, for as many not great things as I could find to talk about Epic, I could also find a lot of not great things to talk about Valve, you know. Oh, you can put on scan lines? That's cool. Oh, whoa. That's such an interesting filter, that CRT filter. Because I feel like if I was looking at it on an actual CRT, I don't know that it would look fuzzy like that. It is a really neat look, though. Oh, yeah, so the wait for active time battle is that, like, if it's asking you to input a command, like if you're choosing a combat or whatever, like it won't, time stops, so you don't have to worry about like, oh, am I sitting here making a decision too long and I'm gonna get hit for it, you know. Stranger Paradise was delightful. The twist everyone was talking about was just them not knowing FF1, but it was still good. Yeah, I think it was really neat. I haven't played through it. I haven't beaten it, but if you ever decide that you want to go back into it, I will co-op with you. It is a fun game. Though I guess we've got 14 now. Or there's some security concerns when EGS launched as far as like system access. Yeah, I think a lot of that has been tuned up. But I don't think that I think I would still tend to agree that a lot of people's frustration, or what was causing them to express frustration over the Epic Game Store, was less, frustration over security concerns and more about how dare you not be on the platform that I want, you know? Sabin sent you, didn't he? Who are you? Sabin? Is he here? You were the one sneaking around us the whole way up here, weren't you? And if I was? Well, it doesn't matter who you are. I've no intention to surrender. Woe is the day you met me. It'll be the last day of your lives!
Hey, Even Bloom, how's it going? Welcome in.
I poo?
Okay, well, let's see what we got. Let's use the blaster. Okay, so you got these two angry bears. Wait, oh, we can't even... Oh, shoot. All right. Oof. Oh, good. I'm glad that was a miss. We would have been done. I don't think this cure is going to do very much. Ah, well, keep us alive for a round. Alright. There we go. Yeah, read the Epic Game Store. A few game devs have come out and said that without Epic investing in their games, that making them exclusive, they wouldn't have made their games. Absolutely. I mean, this is also, yeah, it's the console wars for PC. And I think that is what, people were saying, like, I bought PC so that I wouldn't have to deal with this. Is Terra going to get KO'd? Damn it. I don't have, we do have one Phoenix down. Alright, so we're going to high potion so that we don't have to worry about this. There we go.
Come on, what's the matter?
Hell. Alright, well. Yeah, we've got Terra on cure duty right now. I wonder if I'm supposed to. Okay, no, we're gonna continue to get hit. So unless there's a counter, that freaking Gale cut. I don't enjoy it. Don't appreciate it. There we go. Come on. Oh, it wasn't bad. Oh, stole a potion. All that work for a potion? Oh hell, we're out of ether. At least items are instant. This is toxicity in the MMA community. Yeah, I mean, MMA is a completely different beast. Why is he saying what's the matter? Let's see. I do think the competition is overall good for consumers. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think that the, Epic Game Store showing up and being like, hey, we're gonna offer a better developer split. And also, we've got all of these people who...
Enough of this.
Oh no.
I'll send you all to the great beyond.
That's enough, Vargas.
Ah, if it isn't Sabin.
Why, Vargas? Why did you kill Master Duncan? How could you murder your own father?
The fool snubbed me, his only son. He chose you as his successor.
That's not true. Our master...
Now, I will say, I am curious whether we will have very many dark-skinned party members, but like this does feel like another one of those, like, and the white dude sweeps in and gets to be the new master and is overlooked by overlooks their own son, blah blah blah. Like there's a thematic loop there of who's the last samurai? Tom Cruise. Or was it Brad Pitt? I don't remember. But either way, I feel like we're probably not gonna... there likely will be some racism / colorism. People were mad that Epic showed up and used their Fortnite money to buy a place in the market. Hey Mojo, it's good to see you. I think none of us like monopolies, but also it's wild that the alternative to having monopoly seems to be disproportionately vicious culture warring over trivial bullshit. 1,000,000%. Like... I think there's such a lot of it becomes that sort of like we identify with the thing we consume, and so an attack on the thing that we have consumed feels like an attack on us, and that's a thing that needs to be actively undone, but is propped up by a culture that wants us to continue to consume. Want us to feel like we have to keep buying the new thing, right? Brad Pitt is who you get if you need a white guy to kill Nazis in World War II. Yeah, it's a trip. Smackin says, I buy stuff on itch basically whenever I can. I'd love if that became more of a thing. I would too. I just really love achievements. So I wish that there were more games that would manually like code in achievements so that I could be like, okay, well, I'm missing out on the Steam part, but I still get the warm fuzzy feel for this thing, It's shallow, but it's true.
It's true and you know it. It's written in that ugly sneer across your face.
He wanted you to be his successor, not me. He knew you had the most potential.
I'm sick of listening to your lies. Got far more than just potential. Why don't you see for yourself? Blizzard Fist!
Ruh-roh. Wait a second. Oh. Ruh. Well, bye-bye.
Ah, Sabin. My father was right to see so much in you. I guess there's no avoiding this. Fate made us train together, and now fate will send you to your doom.
Doom Fist.
Now, get ready to join your beloved master.
I have every achievement on Get in the Car Loser except the tutorial. I honestly, yeah, Get in the Car Loser is such a great game.
Why hold back? Your time's almost up.
Oh wait. There's a blitz command input? Oh hell, I didn't realize that was going to be a quick time event. Blitz, meteor strike, right bumper, left bumper.
I need to use a blitz technique, like the master taught me.
Select Raging Fist from the Blitz menu, then press left, right, left, and the confirm button. How to use Blitz. Number 1, select the Blitz command. Number 2, select Raging Fist. Okay, I get it. I get it. Okay. Oh. Okay. Blitz, Raging Fist, left, right, left, A. That's pretty fun. What's the freaking the sound that they make in JoJo? I don't know. Anyway.
You already learned that technique? Vargas, if you only hadn't been so consumed by pride.
Makes me wonder what would have happened if I let time run out. That's it. Hold on. Yeah, I why do they? Why? I don't know. Sabin.
Edgar? My brother?
Brother? You're his twin brother?
His brother? At first, I thought you were another of Vargas's bears.
You thought I was a bear? No. I guess I'll take that as a compliment.
Anyway, Edgar, what are you doing here? We're on our way to the Saber Mountains. To the Returner's hideout, no doubt. So, the wheels are finally turning. I've been watching from a distance, hoping the world would come to its senses. The way things were going, I was afraid Figaro would end up as a puppet state. A means of striking back has presented itself. There will be no more playing lapdog to the Empire. I'm through with that act. Think a bear like me could be of any...
Oh boy. Dire twunk. Oh no.
Sabin, you join us?
Oh god.
I think Duncan would rest easier knowing his trainee helped bring peace to the world.
Well then, let's get going. Oh my gosh. That's great. That's great. Really? At the door? At the door, we were almost out. Okay, wait a second, though. Blitz attacks don't require... Wait, they gave me a quarter circle input? They want me to do a quarter... This game is wild. It's also interesting that many of the characters... Wait, no, I guess that makes sense. None of the characters use magic other than Terra. So all of the other characters' strong attacks are like don't seem to have a limit cap. Unlike when you're playing, you know, other games where it's like everybody's attack that isn't attack is magic, and so you have to constantly worry about running out of MP. That actually also kind of speeds up the combat process a bit. It's kind of cool. Oh, they're all single enemy targets. There's a part of me that kind of wishes that the I didn't miss. There's a part of me that kind of wishes that the inputs for the attacks would change, but it's cool. Yeah, Edwin and Sabin are just free hits. Yeah, that is pretty OP, friends. I think let's just go ahead and use a tent. The Gygus glove. A glove said to have belonged to a mighty Gygus. I probably didn't need to use that tent. There's probably a town like 3 steps away from me. I could have just looked at the map. That's okay. Alright, let's go ahead. Let's equip. Let's see. Sabin's a monk. So let's make sure that you are punching hard. Is it a relic? Yeah, there we go. That's interesting. The Gygus glove says boost the wearer's physical attack power, but none of the stats change. I wonder how I would know. Let's see. Any other relics? The sprint shoes and the knight's code. I also like that we have a step counter. We've almost got our 10,000 steps for the day. Alright, let's check this side cave. If I recall correctly, the complexity was originally that the required inputs weren't displayed when you had to input them. Really? Did you just have to, like, remember? That would be kind of an interesting twist.
King Edgar, this way, please.
They were in the menu, though. Oh, okay. The cost was memorization of the skill. Like, the cost of Edgar's skill is actual hard in-game cash. Oh, I guess that makes sense. Okay. And diagonals would take either direction. Oh, wild. Okay.
Welcome.
Sweet. Ether expensive as always. Let's grab some more high potion. Couple more eye drops. So quarter circle could be down, down, forward. Yeah, you gotta appreciate those thematic mechanics. Like, they were like, hey, how do we get a little bit of fighting game into this? It's pretty cool.
Empire wouldn't even think of looking for our headquarters here. King Edgar, this way, please.
Ah, heck. Okay. Let's go ahead and save. I'm gonna take your stuff first. Thank you.
Bannon, we brought her with us. So, this is the girl. The one to whom the Esper responded. Esper? It seems the Empire had complete control over her. Carrier pigeons have kept me informed. I also heard that she wiped out 50 Imperial soldiers in mere minutes. No, that's not... Terra, for heaven's sake, Bannon, the girl doesn't remember anything. Hiding from the truth won't change it. Perhaps you've heard this story before. Once, when people were still pure and innocent, there was a box they were never told to never open. Someone went and opened it anyway, and so unleashed all the evils we know today. Pride, envy, greed, wrath, gluttony. The only thing that remained in the box was a single ray of light. Hope. Your power is a gift, not a curse. No matter what happens, you must remember that. You are this world's last ray of light, our final hope. Bannon! I've grown weary with the hour. Allow me to rest a while.
A lot of pressure to put on somebody who just got their memory back. Going back to games and patches, did you see the completionist video about the Wii U 3DS games? I didn't know that the completionist also bought all the Wii U games. But I am pretty heartbroken about the shop going down. And it's such a hard, like, you know, game preservation is so, I think it's an under-discussed topic, especially considering how many great games we are losing to just time. You know, the increase of new hardware that is not compatible with old software, which happens all the time. There are tons of Android games and iOS games that, unless you got like an iPhone 4 or whatever, or an old Android, will never be able to play again. And it's been an issue since as far back as games, you know? Stuff that would run on Windows 3.1 and wouldn't run right on 95, and the Empire took someone important from me. I've hated it ever since. If no one stands up to the Empire, more people will be left like me. That's why I joined the Returners. But there's no one important in my life. I have no family, no friends. That's not true. And even if it was, I'm sure there are people who feel you're important to them. Those people could be counting on you. That video really lit a fire under my butt about being outspoken about game preservation. I appreciate it. I really do. I learned the other day that the IP Goblins have a whole business association. Yeah. I get a whole lot of frustration with like Nintendo doing these like massive takedowns on companies on like ROM sites and stuff like that. We're a small organization. We're gaining more and more sympathizers. Freedom is almost within our grasp. That stuff is honestly, it's really frustrating to me. Like when the Battle Network collection came out, I didn't buy it because I was like, oh, it's the only way I can play it on the Switch or whatever. Like, I'm glad that they added to it and changed some things around. But like, I bought it because I had the ability to. But I already have all of the carts on, like, I have all of the original Game Boy carts I need. I could have just emulated it for free, but I wanted to support this new release. And I feel like when games do that, it feels more reasonable. You know, folks are more interested in shelling out the cash to be able to support. Please have the courage to join us in battle. enough to have a top 300 companies award in patent trolling. I hate that there are 300 companies to have awards in patent trolling. Okay, I see the map. Is there a walkway? Do you see that? Do you see that that chest on the right side of the map? It feels like there should be some way through. There it is. Oh, that's also interesting because I'm pretty sure on the original, I don't know, tell me, but I'm pretty sure in the original they wouldn't have given you that that sort of lit up path to be able to follow. You just walk around and hope you find it. I don't know who that white cape is supposed to be for, but I don't know what it is, but I also think Terra's main theme should also be Josh's main theme. I won't lie, Terra's theme may become our new warm-up music while we're playing this. Collected treasure from 10% of the chests. We got the rookie treasure hunter achievement. I don't want to know how many chests I've opened.
I don't know what to tell you, but I do know that I trust my brother completely. He's always thought of my needs before his own, ever since we were little. I think you should trust him too. But don't tell him I said that. He'll turn red as a tomato.
Sabin seems to have a very large, very genuine laugh. So, I mean, this is the situation that we're looking at, right? And the thing is, like, we have not gotten a lot of speech from Terra, but I think there's a lot of her kind of sitting back and assessing the situation, because as we're reminded, she not only doesn't have her memory, she doesn't have context, she doesn't have friends, family. Like, this is all kind of a whirlwind with all of these people, you know, saying that she's the key to their whatever, and she's like, I don't even know myself right now. So it makes sense that we haven't heard a lot from her, even though we've heard from all of these other brash men who happen to be around her. The AV1 streaming codec? Oh, I don't know anything about that. About that being a lawsuit, but I love the retro collections that are coming out. I'm very happy to see them coming out on PC for the prospect of preservation and compatibility. Same, absolutely. I think the sort of like the parallels that are increasing between like the PS5 and the Xbox One and the Xbox Series X or whatever and PC is making it so much easier for game preservation to be something that we can really focus on.
It's not easy asking so much of you. And if we force our ideas on you, we're no different from the Empire. So we want you to decide for yourself.
So we haven't gotten, I feel like we are supposed to be processing a certain amount of gravity around the situation right now. Like, it feels kind of quick paced, right? That we just happen to stumble out of this cave and then stumble into the returners hideout. We're hearing from the different returners here, but the situation is dire. Like, the Empire is going through and just running roughshod over countries. And again, I think this is a situation that would provide exceptional stress for Terra, because all of these folks are asking her to participate in this war effort, and she doesn't really know anything. She honestly, to a certain extent, she doesn't even know the Empire, right? Like, there's no real context for her to be able to say what she should do. But she does know who has been looking out for her.
Bannon, he just went outside a moment ago. Have you made out your decision? Will you become our last ray of hope?
I'm wondering what will happen if we say no.
see. Did they make that an actual choice? I thought as much. Do they let you leave? There are... Let's see. I understand your apprehension, but too many innocent lives are being lost to the Empire while we stand here and do nothing. Please, lend us your strength. This relic will help keep you safe. We need your help. That's interesting. So we can, if we say no, it's not that the game will let us necessarily do something completely different, but that's wild that, like, they're like, hey, how about we try and convince you? The Empire is snuffing out returners. Let's just make sure that there isn't anything to say to these other folks. Okay. Like, we want you to decide to say yes for yourself. Check that out. Let's see. Don't we have... Oh! I thought this was the, I thought we already had one of those. Oh wow, so that lets you dual wield? That's wild. If I had just said yes, would I have not gotten that relic? That's interesting. So they'll let you go around and, like, do some more things. But, oh, Terra, did we make a mistake? Oh boy, okay. Thankfully, there's just 2 caffeine mice and an angry boy. Oh, okay. Oh no. We gotta go. It was worse than I thought. Okay. We're gonna maybe cheese the RNG if we have to. Okay, good. They give you a gauntlet that's the opposite. Hold a sword with 2 hands. Okay. Man, yeah, they really do. They really throw down on those instruments. It tries to give Terra agency in the narrative. Yeah, and I think that there is, again, there's that sense of, like, how do you provide a sense of, like, obviously the game doesn't continue if you say no, but it is important that, like, the rest of the party has split off. So it's just Terra. And when Terra is having that discussion with Bannon, there aren't other folks around that are supposed to be able to, you know, sort of influence her. It's just the 2 of them outside. And in theory, she could say no and just peace out and never have to see anybody, right? And just go and live her life. But I think that, again, Tefrax, as you're pointing out, like, this is an opportunity for them to say, like, no, Terra has gone through, had the conversations, comes out here and says, yes, I'm willing to be part of this. Really? You will? But I'm scared. We'll succeed if we all work together. Never give up hope. I have a plan. Would you please gather everyone together?
Alright. Let's see what the next step is.
Well then, we all know that the Gestalian Empire is using its Magitech power to wage war. The question is, where did they get that power? I had Locke dig around for information. It seems the Empire has been gathering scholars from around the world to study espers.
Narsh's Esper was the reason for the Imperial assault there.
Are you saying there's some kind of connection between espers and Magitech? Espers and Magitech. Only one possible link comes to mind. You don't mean the War of the Magi? No, that's impossible!
My grandma used to tell me bedtime stories about magical machines. Hard to believe those stories were true.
You're saying we're on the verge of a second War of the Magi?
It's only a guess.
The war took place 1,000 years ago, and every historian has a different hypothesis. But one says that energy drained from espers was used to power machines, and that ordinary humans were also infused with that same energy. So that's what Magitech power is. If we're going to fight Magitech enemies, we need Magitech weapons of our own. No, that would bring about another War of the Magi. Then what do you propose? I was wondering if we might be able to have a chat with an Esper.
With an Esper?
It's risky, but that Esper reacted to Terra before. If we could get it to react to her again, we just might be able to wake it up. Do you really think that would work? I can't say for sure, but I believe it's our best shot. Of course, we can't do anything without Terra's help.
Terra.
I'll do it. I am not entirely sure I understand the plan, but what the hey? Sounds like it'll be fun. What was that? That noise just now.
The sixth Umbral Calamity. Oh no. Don't you reborn my realm.
Bannon, sir. South Figaro. What's wrong? What's happened? The Empire's taken South Figaro. They're headed this way. So they found us. We haven't a moment to lose. Locke!
I know. Someone has to sneak into South Figaro to slow down the enemy, right?
This is right up your alley. We're counting on you.
Terra, wait for me. I won't be gone long. Watch out for a certain lecherous young king who shall remain nameless. Guy moves in like a hawk.
Locke!
Edgar.
Old habits die hard, eh? What about us? We can escape down the Leth River and make our way to Nosh. I'm curious about the Esper that they found in the mines. Very well. I'll ready the raft by the back entrance. It's risky, but we don't have much of a choice at this point. It's not safe here. Come with us to Nosh. It could be a chance for you to gain a better understanding of your abilities. We've no time to dilly-dally. Let's make for Nosh. Noshe.
I don't have to. Yoshi P already did. Oh, really? But this War of the Magi is very different than the one in 14 once you get into the details. That's cool that there's so much, like, tie in these spaces. Alright, let's save real quick. Oh, 113. It might be time. that might be the end of our first day. Check my calendar real quick. Yep. I think that is gonna do it for our first day. Oh, we made some good progress today, folks. Definitely getting started on the right foot. Oh, Bannon's part of our party now too. Wow. Okay. So Terra has decided to join the effort to push back against the the Empire. Try to band with the returners. It's gonna be something. It's gonna be something. Where is... Do you not let me exit to menu? Here we go, return to title screen. Oh, gracious. That was really good. I'm really looking forward to seeing more of this game, and I hope you folks are too. Oh, please, folks, throw some hearts in the chat as we wrap up today's stream. Some of your name on 14. Oh, absolutely. I will. I'll drop you a DM, especially if we're both on the same if we're both on the same server. Yes. Also, I've never played FF6. This has been really cool. Oh, I'm glad to hear that, Matt. I hope you'll stick around for more. Folks, if this is your first time here, please drop that follow so that we can keep up. Like Paladin of Aldo Leopold, thank you for that follow. Drop those follows so that you can find out when we're live next. We'll be live again tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific, continuing our journey through. I'm wondering about starting at 8 Pacific. I'm wondering about starting an hour early. Just so that we can get, kind of, one extra hour in before getting too late. Generally it seems about 12:30, 1 o'clock, we start losing folks. I think part of it is, it's real early in Europe. I know we've got a lot of European viewers, and also, it's getting later in the day here on the East Coast, people leaving, or here in the US, people leaving work, that kind of stuff. For all you folks who made it here to the end of stream, thank you so much. Teferax, Draxite, More Coffee, Matt Calder, Skullgun, Trista Ray, Sharky Anna. Let's see. Mojo Ceratops. And of course, all you folks hanging out in the lurk, and even Bloom. I hope you're doing well as well. This is gonna be a good game. There's gonna be some real good discussions, and I hope you're excited to have them with me. And Sir Chadley, yeah, thanks for sharing my experience. This is gonna be really good. In the meantime, folks, I would love to send you over to another stream. Please, folks, if you haven't already, drop subscriptions on YouTube. They are super helpful, especially when we're first getting started. If you missed any part of the VODs, you can catch them here on Twitch or over on YouTube on the VODs channel. We'll also see some content showing up on the main channel as well. Let us go and spend some time with... Let's go and spend some time with... We're gonna go see Ellie. Ellie Joy Panic is playing Darkest Dungeon 2. and is overall just a really good person. Everybody have a fantastic day. We'll see you tomorrow, 9 a.m. Pacific. Keep your eyes up, keep your hearts open, and keep Intelligaming. We'll see you tomorrow.